3, 2, 1. Yep. All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Beauty and the Beards, everybody. This is the one podcast that you are going to enjoy this week. I can guarantee you are going to love it. It is a one-stop shop for nothing but good times, good laughs, great gaffes, and all that with all your beautiful friends here. I am your wonderful host, Al. I am going to be the one guiding you through this journey with a couple other folks with me. But before I get to them, I do have to address something because we did have a major change to how we are going to run things here. We did unfortunately have somebody leave the production crew. We have unfortunately lost Richie. He has other obligations as far as family that he has to attend to, so we will absolutely support him on those endeavors. We want absolutely nothing but the best for him and his family as he goes along and goes and does whatever he needs to do. But with that being said, we are going to continue to run everything like we normally do. Everything is going to continue. We will just have one less voice on the microphones, but that's fine. We got our three. We'll rock it out because we are Beauty and the Beards. And with that, I will go ahead and introduce my crew. I got the one, the only, the Scott.
What up, bitches?
How you doing? How you doing? I've got not only him. Excuse me. Sorry to kick my microphone there. I got Kiana. How you doing?
Good. What's up, homies?
Man, great to have you guys. It is a beautiful morning. We are leaning into the wonderful fall season. You already got the hoodies on. We got the football jerseys on. It is that time. We got college football. We got NFL. We had UFC last night, which is but we are fantastic right now. I hope all of you guys are doing great. If you enjoy what you see here today, if you have fun with what we do today, please do make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment down below on what you liked here because we are on the road to 1,000. We have to get this guy right here, his mullet. 1,000 subscribers. We are going to shave this man's head into the shape of a mullet. We are going to make it look nice and schmexy. But we're only going to do that.
I was thinking 5,000 for the match to Sean O'Malley, but man,
I don't know. I mean, who knows? He might come back and get that belt. I mean, one loss.
You got to rise back up at that number one contender spot. Though.
I mean, he lost to the number one contender, so it's not like he has to go that far down. He lost to the number one contender. He's still going to be a number one contender. He more than likely will get his rematch before anybody else. But we'll just have to see. But nonetheless, 1,000 subscribers, he will go ahead and get that mullet. 5,000, he might even dye it a little color. You never know. But on the road to 1,000, make sure to leave those comments, those likes, and those subscribes down below. Let's go ahead and get into it, though, you guys. We had a night last night. It was a good night. It was a celebration for your wonderful wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Brittany.
2-6.
Yeah.
Man, happy birthday, Brittany. It was a good night. It was a lot of fun. We played some cards, had a fun card game. What was it? What's the name of the game again?
Stir the pot.
Stir the Pot.
Oh, we stirred the fucking pot.
Stir the Pot. Great card game. Great card game. Basically, it's just who can you piss off the fastest.
Literally, the way to win the game says to make you hate each other.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the goal of the game.
Most of those cards were mine, and most of them I didn't get to know what they were until the end.
Yeah. It's
Normally you wouldn't get to know it all, but we wanted to know
We
the
cheated.
ones. I'm kind of mad about a couple of the ones that I got hit with.
some of them are true, though. Some of them stand very true.
I got the one for the least swag, and I was just like, man, this is some bullshit.
I mean, but I'm going to be real with y'all. This is the most swag he had in a long time wearing that purple and gold, baby. I'm telling you. It looks good. I like it. I love it. I love it. But nah, there's a lot of shit in there. I mean, there was one that was the one for you that I was like, that's him, was the who could live off of gas station food.
Oh, for sure.
You're a trucker. So, I mean, like.
There's fucking shots fired last night at me and Cody.
Oh, for sure. Cody got the one for being a crybaby.
Yeah.
The one for having the most off vibe. Yeah.
Mine was angry, mean, resting,
the meanest
bitch
child,
face.
the meanest sibling, who's mean to their parents.
Who wants to fight.
Yeah, who always ready to fight. Yeah, there was a lot of them. I got some decent ones. I got some decent ones. The ones that they couldn't tell me were like, who would be most likely to have a talk show.
Yeah, I picked you for that,
Yeah,
sure.
Here we are.
Because you
Welcome.
You didn't get to see the card, and all the rest of us got to see it. And I looked at it, and I was like, close enough.
Yeah, so the way the game is played, because we're kind of talking about the game and we haven't actually explained what it is, but for those who haven't played it, it's basically just you get a deck of cards, and it's kind of like Cards Against Humanity style, where the cards just have phrases on them. where it would say something like, "Who's most likely to get mugged in an alleyway?" And you point to the person that you would consider to be that person, and you flip a coin, and it'll say on one side, "Don't tell," and on the other side, it says "tell." So, of course, if it lands on tell, you tell them what the card says. If it's don't tell, then you show everybody in the group but that person, and
Yep.
everybody all in collective goes, "Yep, that's them. That makes sense." And then it just pisses everyone.
That makes it so much worse.
And it makes it so much harder.
just being picked in general is just like, damn. And then everybody's like, oh, yeah, that's for sure him. And I'm like,
Ugh.
well, what the hell did it
I
say?
kept going, "Ah!"
Oh yeah, because it was like literally 4 cards in a row that were all like everybody would
was
look
like-
around the room and just
It'd be like
lock
no
at her.
fucking chance. They'd read it and be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yep.
Like, you didn't even think about that shit.
Nah,
There's 10 people in here, and you went straight to me.
I know,
Yeah.
directly at me, no hesitation. Fuck you guys, I
disrespectful.
love you, but fuck you.
It's great shit. It's great shit. You love it. It's a great game. It was a fun time.
Definitely stirred the fucking pot. I'll tell
You
you.
Absolutely.
got I got the card that says person that stirs the pot, and it went to you.
Yeah. No.
Yep. It was a good
That
time.
one was a tell, so you got to hear that one.
But
I did.
on top of that, like I said, we did also watch some UFC fights. We're not going to really talk too much onto the fights because honestly, I'm going to be real. It wasn't really that exciting of a night. Like the production of being in the Sphere in Las Vegas was
phenomenal.
dope.
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit was crazy.
Everything they did for Mexico and Day of the Dead and stuff was so fucking cool.
So awesome. Like Dana definitely said for sure whenever they were going into this that it was going to be like kids with crayons and paper when it came to how much fun his production team was having creating
It
all
was
of it.
so cool.
And it looked awesome. Like there was about 4 or 5 times where all of us had said, could you imagine just sitting in there and
I don't
seeing
give a
all
shit
of that?
what would be going on.
Yeah.
On that screen.
It'd be so
I just
fucking
want to
cool.
sit in there and watch it.
We
Oh,
were
wow,
like
yeah.
throwing up like so like and I kind of want to talk about this a little bit because I mean I'd rather talk about the production of that. I'd rather talk about the Sphere more than the fights because I mean honestly the only fights that were really good were the ones that didn't end a decision, which were only like 2 fights.
And they were both. I'm pretty sure that they were both prelims.
Yeah, they weren't even
There
like
was
main
no
card
main
They
card
were
fights.
so
knockouts.
I almost fell
disappointing.
asleep through the. I actually no, did fall asleep through the Shevchenko fight, which I mean is very disappointing because I love Shevchenko and I love
It was
the
a
other one, but it was a
boring-ass
boring
fight.
fight.
And then the main event was just as boring. And
Yeah,
the
main
outcome
event
was not what
O'Malley
anybody
just,
wanted.
O'Malley just could not deal with the wrestling for some reason. Like he just got babied. I mean, it is what it is. It happens in the UFC. Your guys aren't always your guy that you're rooting for isn't always going to be the winner. So I mean, it
That's
happens.
2 UFCs
But
in a row, and I'm mad about it.
yeah, I know,
I
right?
know.
2
I was
UFCs in a
so
row.
excited for this.
Man, and it just ended in disappointment on our ends when it comes to who we were cheering for. But I mean, overall, it was a cool event as far as like I said, how it went and the production of it. Like it was super solid. But I mean, to kind of add on to that though, you were tossing out ideas of what would be cool to see in the Sphere, and like the one that I brought up was Avatar, Blue People Avatar, not the Last Airbender Avatar,
Fair.
because
They
that
were
movie.
assholes for
Even
taking
just
that name.
seeing that movie when the first time it got released, I went and saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
And it was the coolest shit, just from all the colors.
Oh,
And to
yeah.
see it on a screen like that would be fucking awesome.
Well, on top of that, it was like one of the first 3D
It was
films
the first
too.
Yeah.
3D movie that I ever watched in 3D.
It
Yeah.
was so fucking
And
cool.
Imagine,
Yeah.
imagine that 3D with the 3D we have now, 3D on that giant like sphere screen, and it's all like you're just in the forest, and it's all oh, dude, that'd be so sick.
All the little insects
The
and shit flying
colors are
around.
so
Oh, I
pretty
mean,
in
the
it,
The
too.
colorful ass birds.
but
and
on the
shit.
other spectrum, now imagine watching like Aliens while you're in
You
there.
in this movie.
I know, but like just something like
imagine them,
that.
like, flying
That's what
at
I'm
you?
saying. Like it don't even have to be 3D, but like being in there and you're the ambience of just like because the one thing that I absolutely adore about Aliens is like how they set up the scenes in those movies where it's like how they make you feel
They're
because
such good movies.
you really feel like unease whenever you're watching those because like if you're in a dark room and you're sitting there and you got the volume turned up and you could hear all the clicks and ticks and everything from like the spaceship and all the creaking and like you not knowing where the alien is, I'm like that shit in that like scope on the screen, if you're in there, like that might freak you out a little bit. It might actually give you a little
dude,
And
You
the
know what would
Aliens
be-
versus Predators would be
Oh,
dope.
yeah.
You know what would be crazy? Any of the Last of Us episodes,
fucking cool.
Oh,
hearing
yeah.
the clicker sound and that spatial audio.
That'd be terrifying. First of all,
Just gives you chills. I don't. Yeah,
but the
you'll
one-
find out real quick. I'm a bitch when it comes to horror movies
Oh,
too.
no,
I
I am
fucking
too. I
love
am
them.
too.
No,
But
no,
The Last of Us
this one.
show I fuck with.
this one.
Oh man, I'm a bitch when it comes to like I'll watch a horror movie. Don't get me wrong.
I'll
I'll watch a horror movie because I mean I love.
I sit in the dark.
Horror movie dates are great for me. I do love them.
I sit in the dark in my house by myself watching horror movies.
You live and breathe horror.
I do.
See, like my horror movies that I'll sit in the dark and watch are movies from like the 80s and 90s that I know won't hurt me no more.
Evil Dead, Hereditary, The Exorcist movies, anything and everything I can get my hands on.
No, thank you. The last horror movie, quote unquote horror movie that I watched was a movie called Fire in the Sky, and it's a movie about aliens. And they feature Joe Biden aliens.
Have you seen that one?
The
I think
aliens
it's-
look like Joe Biden. I'm
it
not
called?
joking. I am not joking. Okay,
so they were tripping and
whoever's
falling over
editing,
everything.
whether it be future me or future Scott, or maybe even future Kiana, throw up a image of Joe Biden alien from Fire in the Sky right here now. Sick. Yes, that's what they look like. They look like Joe Biden. Thank you. You could agree with me in the comments. You're welcome. Anyway.
fucking wild.
Hey, we have that power. I have that power. Throw it up one more time. Bow. All right, that's it. All right, that's it.
Throw tons of tiny ones. Pow, pow, pow.
Bow, bow. Yes, I love this power. It's so good.
You love this power now until you have to go in there and
I don't
edit
care.
that photo.
I don't care because when
5 times.
in post, that's gonna be great. In post, that's gonna be fantastic. I love it. But no, that is like the last quote unquote horror movie I watched, and I'm gonna be real. It did kind of fuck with me because the time that I watched it was around the same time that like the government decided that they were finally gonna tell everybody that we've had alien
Aliens.
contact before, which is like,
We know.
duh. Like, what the fuck? Like, we have been on this planet for how long now? Of course there's other shit out there, because we exist. How the fuck could something else not exist? And
There's going to be conspiracy theorists out there with considering this one a hell of a hot take.
Yeah.
Y'all are wrong. Just so you're aware.
There was dinosaurs. There's all kinds of shit, bro. There's
man,
aliens. I don't care what nobody
everything,
says.
I'm about to say, like,
There is no way we're the only living beings in this entire
y'all
universe.
probably out here right now. I don't care. What up? Welcome.
Roll through. Say what's
You
up.
Lizard people.
You've been chilling this whole time. I ain't worried. As long as you don't come for me, I'm cool. Don't probe it. But no, the movie freaked me out because when a movie opens, it says based on a true story, which like
Oh, those are the worst.
when it happens like that, and the thing is like it's like an '80s movie too. So it's one of those things where like up until now, you could have been like, yeah, sure, yeah, maybe. It might not have been, yeah, maybe. But then like I said, you get that information from the government, which is also like, okay, that makes sense, duh, that yeah. But then like I watched that movie and I'm like, oh fuck, because what that guy went through in that movie, if that's like real, oh my god, that poor man.
I like the ones that are based on true stories, but I love the ones that they do where they hire the people to put the noises in the background that like psychologically like fuck with your
that actually
mind.
mess with you, yeah.
Yeah, and so like the noises that they play in the background like make me so uncomfortable, and I love it so much.
She just doesn't like feeling good.
I don't have nightmares after horror movies. I'm not a bitch.
Yeah, sorry, I do.
Fuck you.
I do. I have
I
very
keep
weird
looking at the
nightmares.
camera like we totally need to zoom that in a little bit.
So like on, do y'all have that? Huh? All right. So sorry about that. We had to go ahead and readjust. We were a little out there. We
Kerfuffled.
needed to bring you in a little bit more there. We were standing too far back in the room when we were talking to you. We didn't like that. We want you a little closer. So I need you a little closer. But
Ignore the green tape. You didn't see that.
am I feel like I'm of course a weird person. Obviously, we're all weird in our
We're all
own ways.
fucking
Yeah,
weird.
we're all weird in our own ways.
We are the new normal. Come
yeah,
on
at
now.
this point.
Normal is weird.
I don't like being normal, but
No, normal is weird.
I don't like
weird is
that.
normal.
I don't like that. I don't like that. No,
This
because
is
they're
it,
no,
SpongeBob. Come on now. We're not all rounded
No,
in
no,
the
no,
same
no,
shape.
because that's not the thing. I'm not gonna
We're
say.
not all blobs from Timmy Turner.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not, no. But I have this thing where, like, if I am hyper fixated on something, like, so there was a point in my life when I played League of Legends for
God,
a
I
whole
feel
year.
that.
I could never do that.
So, like, I played League of Legends for a whole year. I had a really good group. Shout out to the homies that I played League of Legends with. I know some of you actually watch our episodes, so shout out to you guys. I love you guys. Miss you guys. But I played League of Legends with them for a full year, and I played it so much. Like, I talk about, like, wake up, eat breakfast, chill out for a little bit, maybe watch a little bit of YouTube. The moment I see one of them pop online on Discord, I'm instantly loading League up, and I'm calling them on Discord. And we would play it for hours. On the days that I didn't have work, I'm literally talking from probably 10 o'clock in the morning to almost, like, 11 o'clock midnight. And we're playing nothing but League of Legends, and we're in, like, a Discord call, like, 5 deep. And I would play it so much, I would go to sleep, and I would dream that I was in League of Legends. I had a
played
little
that
health
shit
bar
too
above
much.
my head.
Yeah.
I had a little health bar above my head. I was like Yasuo, which was the main character that I played. I would run down mid lane. Bunny, who was our support, she would be down there and she would be talking to me. But we'd be having a normal conversation. We wouldn't even be fighting people. We would just be on the map as our characters. Like, it's almost like that episode of South Park when they're playing World of Warcraft.
Oh,
And they're
dude.
talking as their World of Warcraft characters.
Yeah.
That's how my dreams were.
I didn't watch South
Do you
Park.
guys have stuff like that
never
though?
seen that episode?
I didn't watch South Park.
They're all locked up in the basement. They got Cheeto dust all over themselves. They're going like this. Cartman,
Oh, yeah.
Cartman's even bigger than he already
It was
is.
Yeah.
it
He's
was
just-
making fun of the boom of World of Warcraft because like that was like the time that everybody no-lifed just that, and there was like literally dudes that were in their basement that were just like.
See, I hyperfixate on a lot of stuff that tisn't be getting me rough sometimes. Like I
Man.
hyperfixate on like music and like there's a band, I can't remember what the fuck they're called right now, but like I would hyperfixate on them for like I think it was like 7 months. But I don't really have dreams. I think the one time I ever dreamed about anything was work, and that'd be kicking my ass anyways.
Man.
But other than that, I don't really have dreams or nightmares. I don't really dream.
Like I don't do it as much anymore, but when
I
like
don't really dream much at all.
But I
was saying, like-
hyperfixate like a motherfucker.
like even when like you're watching like anime or something, like you don't have like dreams of that anime. Like if you've watched a lot of it at one time, you don't like.
honestly,
See, and I-
honestly, if I do dream, I don't remember it the moment I wake up. Except for
That's weird.
I do remember last night's. I actually did dream last night, and I dreamed that my sister got kidnapped, and I debated on whether or not I wanted to go rescue
See,
her.
I've had some whack ass dreams, like scared, like it was a long, long time ago. Like I had a dream where my mom got murdered one time, and I was like, "This is rough, bro. I don't like this no more."
Man.
But like, I don't really dream or like have nightmares or.
Have y'all ever had that dream where you, or that nightmare where you go to sleep, have the nightmare, wake up,
Yes.
and then go back to sleep and get right back into that nightmare?
Yes.
Oh my God, I hate that shit. It pisses me off because I wake up and if I have a bad nightmare, I'll like if I end up waking up out of it, I'll stay up a little bit longer just to try to make sure that like I focus on something else too. Because I always go to sleep with my TV on.
Me too.
And I watch like Game Grumps or something. Shout out Game Grumps. Shout out Co Carnage because we were just talking about him
You
last
beat me
night.
to it.
And
I was about to
say I was watching Stardew Valley
I
last
watched
night
Treasure
too.
Planet last night, homie.
Oh, there
Don't-
you go. That's a great one. That's a great one to fall asleep to, though. That's very calming.
That and Atlantis, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit.
Oh, it's such a good one. But no, like I hate that shit. I'll stay awake for like 2 to 3 minutes, watch a little bit of Game Grumps to get like enough of just like, okay, this is in my head now. Go to sleep, and now I'm right back to being trapped in the room, tied to the chair, about to be stabbed by this murderous clown who I have no idea how he put me here.
You said clown, and I immediately got goosebumps because that's my worst fucking fear is clowns.
Oh man, see,
I
clowns
can't-
don't even scare me, but in that situation, I'm terrified.
No, I don't fuck with
I
clowns.
have goosebumps.
Oh, man.
already, and I hate it. I can't.
Nope.
No, I had a dream probably a couple
The
months
fuck is
ago
a dude
where
in
I
face paint
had
gonna do to me?
I had
I'll
a
beat his ass,
murderer.
boy.
I had someone break into my house, and then I woke up, fell back asleep, and he was still in my house, and I was like, I don't like this no
That's
more.
not fun.
I don't like
That's
this
not
anymore.
fun. That's not fun.
I think the one dream I can ever remember is from when I was younger, and I woke up in hell getting chased by the devil. If that says anything
No,
to you
I had,
about my life.
the only dream I remember from when I was a kid is emotionally traumatic.
Oh, wow.
So like my parents are divorced.
Yeah.
But I still remember this fucking so vividly today. I had a dream
I was actually
of,
just gonna ask you if you had any like vivid dreams that
Yeah.
really stuck out to you that you still
yeah,
remember.
It's the only dream that I will remember to the day I die for some reason, and I don't know why.
Hey, man, they
but
stick
I
with you.
remember having a dream when I was a kid, I had my dad's side of the family on one side of the room and my mom's side of the family on one side of the room, and the world like an earthquake style, like 2012 movie style.
Oh, yeah.
The world started like falling
San
apart,
Andreas,
and I
some
had
San
to
Andreas
decide
shit.
which podium
Oh,
to jump
fuck
to.
me.
Oh
And
shit!
I always woke up before I made that decision,
Oh,
and it drove me nuts to the point.
Oh,
where
was it like a reoccurring dream that
it
you kept
happened
having?
several times.
Oh my god!
Dude, it was like if this would happen in real life, I actually don't think I know what I would do. I actually have no idea.
man.
There's no way in hell I could pick between my mom and my dad because I may have been closer to my mom, but I'd feel bad in either situation.
And see, like,
I would
shit
feel like an
that,
asshole.
Shit like that, when
it was
they
traumatic as
reoccur
fuck.
like that, it makes me think, like, dog, is that really gonna fucking happen?
Yeah.
Is that actually gonna happen?
Yeah.
Because it's like, once is like, okay, it happens. Twice, sure. 3, that's not really a coincidence.
But
4
some
or
shit is
5, you're
happening.
like, man,
Something's
I really
happening.
feel like somebody's trying to tell me something here. Because, like, I've never.
I'd be looking up dreams. I'm like, what does it mean
Yeah,
whenever my
like,
teeth fall out?
Holy shit.
I was not old enough to have a phone,
Oh my god. Like,
but it was emotionally traumatic for me as a kid. I was just like, I don't want to have to pick.
Man.
Don't do this to
Like,
me. So I wake up and I'm just like, why?
He's like sweating, crying. Wakes up sweating, crying. Bernie's like, what's wrong? He's like, I don't know who to choose. I don't know who to choose. I have to pick.
Have you woke yourself up talking?
No.
I've done that, and Brittany will look at me like, "The fuck's wrong with you?"
No.
I'll be saying like, "Get the cinnamon rolls out of the oven." I'll wake up. I'll wake up in the middle of me saying it. I'll finish the sentence. I'll wake up in the middle of me saying it. I'll look at Brittany like, "You didn't hear that?" And I'll roll back over.
Get the cinnamon rolls out of the oven.
I've had.
I'll wake up and my legs are like this.
Oh,
And I'll be like,
man.
"Why am I sleeping like this?"
You're sleeping
And
like
I'll
an
go
old
back-
man. Yeah, you're sleeping like an old man who just got done working in the garage for 3 hours. He just came in to chill out for a minute. He ended up falling asleep like this.
Cody's got a picture of me sleeping on the couch. The apartment that me chasing the
Yeah.
had the original had a picture of me sleeping on the couch, propped up, legs like that, one leg over the other, knees bent. I'm comfortable as shit. I'm knocked the fuck out. But everybody's like, "Why are you doing like gymnastics in your sleep, bro? Stop.
Man.
The
Why
ones
are you
that
doing
get
yoga
me
right
are
now?"
When you like fall in your sleep and you're like,
Oh
Yeah.
that was the worst.
The
Because
fall
I used to
wake-ups.
sleep. I used to sleep in class all the time. Oh, I was a terrible
wake up
student.
in class like, oh,
I was a terrible student. And the worst ones would always be, and excuse me for the people that don't like me moving my microphone, but I've got to do this for the sake of the fucking video. Thank you, video viewers. But you'd be sitting there, you'd have your head down, and you'd be asleep, and then all of a sudden you'd just be like. And the worst thing about it is I always had the seat in the middle of the class. So I'm sitting in the middle of God and everybody. And the teachers, it's been silent for who knows how long, probably like 45 minutes. Class has got like 15 minutes left. And next thing you know, here I am, just big chilling, just. Because
Everybody looks at you.
Yeah, because I, in my head, just got thrown out of a plane.
have you ever woke up with a fucking Charlie horse?
I
Yes.
was literally about to ask.
I
Yes.
woke up one time.
Yes.
This is when me and Justin
Fuck
were still
baseball
together.
season
I
for
woke
that.
up and it was in my calf, and I woke up and I had to go because I was trying not to scream in bed at night. It was like 2:00 in the morning, and I'm punching myself in the leg, going fuck,
man.
fuck, 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 because I'm
Fuck
trying not
Charlie
to just
This shit-
scream.
That shit happened to me last week, and it happened to me like, oh, I was so mad. It happened to
Shout
me
out
like,
7, bro.
I swear to God.
bitch, empty.
Yeet.
Damn it. I was so mad. It happened to me like 5 minutes before my alarm was about to go off.
That shit hurts
So
so fucking
I
bad.
I couldn't go back to sleep. My shit hurt so bad, my leg like locked up.
Oh.
Like I couldn't get my leg to bend. It happened in my right calf.
I just sit there
and,
all cramped, just fucking.
and then the pain stuck. My calf stung, and I had to go to work like that and climb in and out of my truck all
Oh,
day.
dude,
And every time I
golly.
every time I went to go step out of the truck, I almost.
That's not a small step neither. That's not a small.
That
That's
shit
like at least 2 to 3 steps
Yeah.
to get into that bitch.
And it's a solid like my knee would buckle because it's trying
yeah.
trying to stop me from standing on the pain.
Got
And I was just like,
got people looking at you at
all
the
I
gas
did
station
was-
like, you okay?
All I did was sleep weird, man. Fucking stop.
Man,
That shit
it's the
hurts.
worst.
This
That's
shit
the one thing that
pissed
I
me
hated
off.
about baseball season, especially because like I played catcher, so like I was constantly like, there's a
Squat.
few things I could say that catcher did for me. It blessed me with great thighs and a great ass like permanently because I played
Dump truck.
catcher for so long
Bro got dump
that
truck.
like I am just built now. Shout out to that. But dear God, the amount of muscle pain problems that I had in my knees, in my calves, just the constant up and down. Like shout out to knee savers, the little pads that you can put on the back of your thighs when you're doing the squats for catching. Because so they make these, they're like little triangular pieces of foam, and you hook them onto the straps on the back of your knee pads for your when you play catcher. So that when you squat down, it like gives you a cushion to kind of like rest your leg on so that you're not just like using pure muscle strength to hold yourself up for 9 innings straight.
It makes sense that I don't know shit about this. I played outer right field. So,
Exactly.
you know.
I
But
played
like
soccer.
I played
so-
this.
I mean-
I was the guy playing in the grass. Remember?
it's
So,
just
like-
one of those things, one of those pieces of equipment they added on that made it so much easier to do my job and to yell at all the kids that didn't do
Chasing
their
the
job.
butterfly.
Man. Oh, man, I love baseball. It's so good.
Scott was eating dirt in the background.
Right.
just
Like,
fucking-
I wouldn't eat
Picking
dirty
grass.
kids.
Mom's just
Chasing
recording you playing with
butterflies.
grass. Like, he's gonna be a star someday. And Scott's over there like,
Now my mom's watching the game doing this.
Ooh, butterfly.
That's probably why my sister thought I was. That's probably why my sister thought I was gonna be gay when I grew up.
I mean,
Right.
hey, it is what it
she
is.
swore up and down I was gonna be gay when I got older.
I swore my brother was gonna be too, but you know.
Hey, some people are like that, where you think it is one thing and they
No,
they
she just
magically
thought that.
surprise
'Cause
you.
she just thought that she was being disrespectful.
Oh.
She the one that turned out gay. So I mean,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
what it is.
How the turntables. But
You do you, boo boo.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. I had a few things here that I wanted to bring up because I throughout the week I kind of have shit hit me, but you know I'm not the coolest guy at bringing shit up on the fly. At some point we'll have a better way of doing this.
One day.
So there was a moment that I thought about from my childhood because I have a lot of fun times with my uncle Simon. Shout out Simon, he's a great dude. Uncle Simon. He's my uncle, but he's only like a few years older than me. So the way that we grew up together was more so like really close cousins than it was the uncle-nephew relationship. But I still show him his respect because he is my uncle. He is what it is. My dad's brother, so I got to show him the respect. But
Simon, say something.
no, but there is a... shut up. Shut up. Jesus.
Simon says.
Jesus.
I'm sure he hates that just
Oh
as much
my
as
God!
we
I
just
don't.
did.
I don't even know if he's heard that one as much recently, but I know if he has heard that a lot, he's pissed. He's pissed. He had to hear it. He's
I'm
like,
just as pissed about Scotty Doesn't Know. I hate that song. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hate that damn song.
I ain't got shit that got to do with my name, so.
hey.
I'm
But
white. I don't know what you want from me. I got an old white dude name.
I mean, true, true.
Scott.
Scott Scooter, Scooty.
Scooter Pip.
My work jacket says Scooter on it.
Yeah, it does.
Fucking
But no, there was
They let me pick.
there was we have a lot of funny moments as kids. Like me and him when we were growing up, we were just two fucking goofballs. And my nana was one of those like don't take shit from nobody type of women. She's like old school black woman, love her to death. If you see her, you will address her as ma'am. When you see her, if you don't know her name is Scarlett, and you will address her either as Scarlett or ma'am. That's it. She demands that respect. So whenever we was growing up, when there was somebody to fear, that was the one that we feared. She was the one we feared. There's nobody else. Like my mom could be in the room and her whole family could be in the room and hate me. If she's in the room and is mad at me, I'm more scared of her than anybody on my mom's side of the family. That woman would beat my ass and then beat everybody on that side of the family's ass. Just because they tried to associate with hurting me. Because A, she loves me, I'm her favorite, and I know I'm her favorite. And if anybody
She
try to
say
lay a
this, I
hand
don't say
on me,
way.
man, anybody try to lay a hand on me, my nan will be the first to come after you. So best believe that you will have that black woman on your heels, and she is not the one to mess with. But when it came down to messing with her as kids, like I said, we very rarely did it, but when we did do it, there would be those moments where we would get in trouble, but then we couldn't stop laughing. And that would almost make it even worse.
Yeah, it pissed her off. For
Yeah.
sure. There ain't no way.
And it's I remember there was one point where we heard something in the movie. I can't even remember what the line was, but there was a line in a movie that we just kept saying. And I would always go over there for a weekend. And it would be like maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And for that whole weekend, we were saying this line from this movie and losing our minds. We were laughing every fucking time. And we would be in the grocery store saying it, and then she finally snapped and was like, you guys got to shut the fuck up. And when Nana cusses at you, you know she means it. Because she don't cuss at me like that. She loves me too much to cuss at me. When she cussed at me, she meant it. So when she was like, shut the fuck up, stop saying that shit, we were like, oh, shit. But then we couldn't stop laughing.
God.
And so she kept turning back at us, and we would have to like...
She give you that look.
Eyes get bug-eyed.
Yeah.
You try not to tear up.
And even now, right now, as I'm thinking of it, my eyes are tearing up. But did you guys ever have that shit, though? Did you guys ever have moments like with like you and Trinity? Did y'all ever come up like fucking around with each other, like picking on each other in public to the point where like it would be funny to y'all mom or dad would get on y'all, and then y'all just couldn't stop fucking?
I don't think it was anything like that. Me and my sister used to. I mean, we still do. You see how we were yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
We pick on each other and fight with each other all the fucking time. She'll walk by and slap me, and then she possums when it comes to me. She's like, I'm the only person that scares my sister. And
I could see your Oma chasing y'all around with a chocolate.
She'll fight anyone, but she's scared of me. And like it just be acting like idiots in the store. I vaguely remember this one time where me and my sister were fucking around. We were with my mom, and my mom, she was one of those people that like she would grab you by the back of your arm right here, you know, by that sensitive skin. And in Spanish, she'd lean down and be like, if you don't stop crying, I'm going to give you something to cry about.
Oh, that's the worst.
But she'd tell you in Spanish. It wasn't in English. God. It was always in Spanish. And my mom would always be able to shoot you that look where you're just like, oh, fuck, oh. Look, there's a bird up there somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Your mom scares me.
But we be fucking
Love
around,
her.
and
Sweetheart.
my sister one time was walking through the store, and she wasn't paying attention, and we were walking through like the liquor aisle, and there was a stack of beer, and my sister was just fucking running around like a psychopath, and she slammed right into that bitch, and my mom was like, Trinity! Just so fucking mad. Like, my mom just like snaps on a fucking dime.
Oh my God.
She ain't had no problem with telling people anything too. Like there was one lady in Kroger one time looking me crazy, and I was like, I'll beat that lady's ass, her daughter ass, and we'll fight everybody. Throw it down right now in Kroger, bro. I'm not scared.
More or less, I really just got the conversation from my mom. I got the conversation of when we get in here, don't touch shit, don't look at shit, I ain't buying you shit.
Yeah.
Like that's a dead ass. I mean, we couldn't afford to get nothing anyways, but like I'm a kid. I'm walking past the aisle with all the toys and the bikes, and I'm just like, Mom, my bike got stolen last week. Can I get a new one? And then she look at me every time, because that happened like 4 times. She look at me and be like, when it got stolen, if you would have used that damn bike lock, I got you.
Yep.
See,
I was too young to open the garage, so I'd have to padlock that bitch to the fence in the backyard, and I'd just be too lazy when I get done running the streets for the day. I'd get home and just throw that bitch in the back and come back the next morning and it ain't there no more, and I'm like, man, it's always the kids from the apartments next door to my mom's house. Like, come on, man.
No, my oma never yelled at me. I'm the favorite, so.
My nana loved me. My nana loved me.
My grandma never yelled at me. I was the one who just sent it to the grandmas. I come home, crack that on candy.
Like even when I was younger, I vaguely remember this time when my opa was still alive, that he was supposed to be babysitting me when my mom was at work, and my mom came back from work, and I had glued glitter construction paper from the door all the way down the hall, all the way around. And my mom goes, why did you let her do that? He said, 'cause she wanted to.
Oh.
That's how you know you're the favorite.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I bet your ass. My sister did something like that. She could have ass whooped. I did it. My mom would be like,
my sister one time, she colored herself. My dad and my opa were supposed to be watching her. They were watching a football game. She was sitting underneath the table in the living room and had colored herself blue with a Sharpie from head to private parts to feet.
She turned herself
and
into Avatar.
They were like, were you watching her? And they were like, yeah, we watched her. And she's like, then why is she blue?
She wanted to be. She just wanted to be.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I always gotta. Well, she
Gotta be
wanted
blue.
to. I'm like,
I'm blue, dabble dee dabble da.
She's trying to be that. She's trying to be that dude from Big Fat
always,
Liar.
always.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Big Fat Liar, such a good
Classic
film.
fucking
Oh, it's such a
movie.
good film.
I remember having that bitch bootleg.
Oh man.
I swear to God.
I didn't own
That
that.
was a movie. That was like legitimately. That was a movie that me and Simon used to watch all the time
Yeah.
because we loved Frankie Muniz. Frankie
Yeah.
Muniz was
Oh,
one of
God,
those
yeah.
dudes growing up where it was
What
like
was
as a kid
what
you.
was that spy movie he was
I
in?
was just
Agent
about
Cody
to ask
Banks.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
Agent Cody Banks.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's a movie that Simon had. He had both of those on DVD. The one with Hilary Duff and like, there's a second one with a different
Oh
girl.
my God, I love Hillary Duff.
But I love Hilary Duff. She bad as a motherfucker. I swear to
She's
God,
the one
if
of
there
them
is
ones
any,
that hasn't gone crazy.
Yeah, she's
she's
the
still
if there
only
is
bad.
any point in my
Betty.
life that I have a shot with Hilary Duff,
Baddie.
Lord, I am
I
taking
don't
that
think you will.
opportunity.
I don't think you will after that face.
I
I'm just
don't
saying.
care.
You
That's
see that? She's like, I don't know.
That's the face I'm gonna make whenever she comes in contact with me. Just know that Miss
She a
Miss
baddie.
Duff, Miss Wonderful. Oh man, I had to lose it. But nah, it made me laugh because it was one of those moments where I thought about it as a kid. Because there was another moment when we were in like it was like Lowe's or something, and my nana was looking for something. I think it was like stuff for the bathroom or some shit. I don't know what the fuck she was looking
It's
for.
Lowe's.
Yeah, it was whatever.
Literally anything.
But we just were so fascinated with the idea because we're young. We're like, I'm like 7, he's like 9. As kids, the idea of pooping in a Lowe's toilet that
Oh,
is
sweet
not
Jesus.
connected to any plumbing is the funniest shit on the planet.
Please don't tell me you.
We didn't do it. We didn't do it. Lord God, no, we didn't do it. But we one of us sat on the toilet and acted like we were gonna do it, and like the idea of that was making us laugh the whole time we were in Lowe's. And my nana just couldn't deal with us being fools in public. And so us giggling and laughing uncontrollably at fucking nothing was pissing her off. And so we would be in the background and she'd be pushing the cart looking for what she's looking for. And we'd just be back there. And she'd be like, shut the fuck up. Oh my God, stop. Like, if you guys don't stop, I'm gonna whip your ass. Like, oh, it was so funny. But, that was one of those things that hit me. But on top of that, though, me and Simon also used to play a lot of video games too, and there was a lot of moments where he would kick my ass in games because he had a lot of games that I wanted to play, but I would never have back at the crib. So he would have more opportunities to play them than I would. So when it came time for me to come over and play, I'd be like, oh yeah, let me get on the controller, and he'd be like, all right, bet. With his week's worth of training that
Aight,
he's
bet I'm
already
finna
had ahead of
beat
me.
your ass.
Right. I'm coming in so confident because I'm thinking like I've gotten better since the last time we played because I know all of his tricks. And the next thing you know, I'm losing in 2K by 56 points because God forbid, like, you know, or we're playing Madden and I fumble the ball every fucking tackle because I'm just the worst. And I just want to pick the Vikings, and the Vikings haven't been that good in every Madden game.
I'm a little worried about today. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. We are down Jordan Addison, which is going to be a little sad. There's one of our wide receivers is
My
out.
team's doing fire. I don't know.
He's
about
out
that.
for, yeah, your Texans are.
We're facing the 49ers today.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm not excited about
It's going to be a
this.
tough one. But my mom's at that game. Hopefully we see Mom on the fan cam. Shout out, Mom. My mom's going to be at that game. But no, there were times when we were playing games, and I don't have a lot of wins. The only wins that I have are games that I brought over, of course. But
Could have
as-
had a GameCube.
yeah, I mean, I wish I had a GameCube, dude. I'm going to get one. I will have one. That and a Dreamcast.
You're still disrespectful for that, Mom.
Man,
saying.
that shit still hurts. That shit still hurts, Mom. I still, oh man. Oh,
That story
man.
for another
I'll
time.
tell that story later on. But there are only a few times that I've been able to actually beat him in a game. And I'll tell you, I ain't never felt better. There ain't never been a time in my life where I have felt better than when I beat that man in a game and when I beat my dad in a game.
I was gonna say me with my dad, yeah, because it was always we were at my grandparents' house and we had a GameCube, and it
Yeah.
was always the Super Mario, like the where you were driving.
The Double
you know?
Dash.
Yeah.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah.
One of the best
And
Mario
you had the
Kart
split
games.
screens, and you're always
Yes.
so pissed off. Yeah.
Was it the one where you had to like switch characters on the back? Like one would be riding on the back of the cart and then they'd
No,
switch?
it was just like the normal,
Oh.
like the first, just like the I can't remember what the hell it was called, but it was just the racing. That's all. It
Oh,
had like the
damn.
rainbow bridge and everything, you know.
I thought
It might have been
Double
60.
Dash was 64.
No, Double Dash was GameCube.
It was?
64 was.
I also had a
straight
64
up
too.
Mario.
It was Mario Kart 64.
Oh, wait, but
Yeah.
look at that. That would make sense.
Hold up.
I thought I want to say it was Double Dash, but I don't remember there being another Mario Kart on GameCube that isn't Double Dash. I mean, that also could just be my brain because Double Dash is the one that everybody kind of like is like so synonymous with GameCube, kind of like Smash Bros. Melee. Like that is like the GameCube.
Honestly, it
game.
might have been Double Dash. I'm not
It's,
gonna lie.
GameCube didn't have that big of a game
It didn't have
library.
a huge library, but the games that it did have, bangers.
Yeah.
Those discs were so little.
They were, and that's the only thing that sucked was because they couldn't. That's why the library wasn't so huge. Those games just couldn't do as much as they wanted to because they came on those little compact discs. Like there was a lot of games that had potential to have a lot more in them, but they just couldn't fit it all in on those discs. So that's another reason why that console just didn't do too well because a lot of the companies that were trying to produce games for that console had a lot of shit that they wanted to do that they just couldn't.
Right.
Because it just wasn't
Just
big enough.
just the ability to do so. This wasn't there, but I mean now, like a lot of them have that opportunity. It's just now everybody has to pay $700 for a new console. Fuck that PlayStation
no.
5 Pro. Not buying it. Suck my dick.
My 5 works just
My
fine.
it works just fine. Only thing I need to do is get an air can and blow that bitch out because it is a little dusty. But other
Yeah,
than
well,
that,
you saw mine yesterday.
yeah, I was about to say, runs
it's
fine.
getting there.
Still runs fine. Does what I needed to do. The only thing that I also need to do is get external storage because trying to fit Baldur's Gate and 2K on that bitch is damn near impossible.
That's why I
Baldur's
bought
Gate
it.
like 130 gigs.
Yeah, 130
bro.
gigs, and then
That's
2K
why I
is
bought an
also 130
external.
gigs.
And then
believe it or not.
Black Ops 6 on top of that because it makes you.
Oh my God, I forgot about Black Ops 6. Oh,
That
my
on top of it,
console.
we had to download
God
it for the beta, and it makes you download the fucking Warzone with it,
my
and it's like 180
God.
gigs.
That's gonna
Yeah, that's
be
why I have
so...
external hard drive on mine.
Oh, I forgot about that, dude. I got FIFA coming out this week too.
Well, Black Ops 6 doesn't
fuck.
actually come out until October, so you got some.
I mean, but dude, even then, we're not gonna be done with Baldur's Gate by October. It's Baldur's Gate.
No,
It's
no,
fucking D&D.
once-
Regular
I bought a
D&D
2
takes almost a year to
terabyte.
finish one campaign.
Shit, more than that.
That's what I'm saying.
It all depends on how much
Yeah.
your
This
DM
is my
wants
first
to extend
playthrough on
it.
Baldur's
I
Gate.
bought a 2 terabyte external hard drive at Walmart for like $70.
I need to get one. I really need to get one. My buddy Sheik, he got one. He just put one on his console, and he
Yeah.
already said like, his shit runs so much faster because it has so much more space to allocate things to, which is perfect.
Yeah.
But then he was also like, I can now have Baldur's Gate 2K.
Yeah, because I like
MLB,
sent Baldur's Gate
FIFA.
and all my big games
All his
to
fighting
my
games,
external hard
Tekken.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I got like the
need it.
Hogwarts game. I got fucking Red Dead Redemption 2. I
Oh,
got
dude, yeah.
fucking-
God forbid you try to fit a Rockstar. Because, I mean, when GTA 6 comes out, good
I have
luck.
The Witcher 3
Good
on there.
Yeah,
luck.
10 years from now.
Good fucking. It's coming out like next year.
That's what they said last year,
I mean,
and the year before that.
I
I'd
mean,
say they got Phasmophobia coming out on the console this next month, I think.
oh,
Hopefully.
dude,
Hopefully.
I forgot about that.
Well, because they were supposed to have it come out and then
Phasmophobia is a game you probably won't play.
It's a
I've heard
horror
of it.
game. It's where you
I've
heard
find
of
like
it.
it's like ghost hunting. So you pretty much
Yeah, I
you
ain't
just get
fucking with that.
online and you have like your friends and you get all of the like ghost hunting equipment and you have to figure out what ghost it is and you can die, you can get hurt, haunted, all that stuff. But
You have to, like, take
so
specific
it's
equipment in
it's
with
a
you for
PC
specific things.
game, but they were supposed to be coming out with it on console like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And they ended up having a fire where they were creating the game at,
Oh,
so it like
shit.
put it back like a
Yeah.
long
That'll
time. And
do
they
that.
finally posted that they
That'll
might
happen.
be coming out next month, so I'm fucking excited.
Oh yeah, I'd say there's a lot of cool stuff happening in gaming right now. One thing I did kind of want to touch base on a little bit of a sadder note, and then we'll kind of bring it back up because there was a couple sad things that happened this week.
Sweet Jesus.
I do want to talk about it. R.I.P. to a legend. We lost an
Oh, yeah.
absolute
Oh, Mufasa.
legend this week.
Did you say
James,
Mufasa?
yeah,
Yeah,
James
yeah,
Earl
I know.
Jones.
Yeah, he played
I know.
Mufasa.
We lost James Earl Jones.
And Darth Vader.
Absolute
Don't forget
legend.
about Vader.
He lived a long life.
He was
I believe,
93,
93.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he definitely lived a full life.
Yeah. It was an
and-
old age thing instead of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
other
mean,
reasons.
and that's honestly, it's kind of how you want to go.
Yeah.
If there is any way to go, it would be probably in your sleep at old age, because I mean, you at that point you've done everything you felt
You
like
lived
you
a
could.
full life.
There's not, and there. I mean, honestly, there wasn't really much else that he could do that didn't involve voice acting. So I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
it's like we were only getting him in so much, but. He is still absolutely a legend. I wanted to give him his little bit of a spotlight on here because he absolutely was a part of everybody in this room's childhood one way or another, whether you are a Lion King fan or a baseball fan like me and you've watched Field of Dreams, or if you love Star Wars, you would have seen him as Darth Vader or heard him as Darth Vader.
heard him, yeah.
Like there's so many things that he was a part of that he that basically shaped our childhoods in one way or another, and so I felt that there was a need to basically bring him up and give him his spotlight one last time, just because that man is an absolute legend. He will go down in history, and you will still hear his wonderful voice throughout the years and everything that you watch and do. So had to give him his moment of time to shine, because that was something that also happened during this week that made me a little sad while I was trying to do work on the forklift, because man, we finally actually lost Mufasa, and that kind of hurts.
Yeah.
That kind of hurts, man. You know, everybody kind of feels like Simba right now. So, you know, we're all Simba in this moment. So, you know, but that is just something that I wanted to bring up, because he is an absolute legend that felt like needed his moment to shine. But let's see here. Do we want to? Well, first, let me do this. Let me say this, because I brought this up to you earlier this week too while we were at work. It was a topic that I brought up to you that I said I wanted you to kind of think on. And I'm gonna kind of hit you blindside with this one.
I know.
But another forklift thought. Gonna fucking call it that at that point.
Bitch.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I wanted to kind of also keep you in the dark for the sake of, like, I wanted to, you know, see how you work on your toes.
Bet.
I'm working on my toes too. I don't remember what he's talking about.
And you know, like, and that's the thing about Scott. Like I gotta put him up to speed a little sooner than everybody else, because he does so much shit throughout the week that God knows he would forget about it instantly if I didn't tell him.
He already did. So.
Exactly. But
All right, what you got?
there was I always have these fun little, like, what if scenarios that pop in my head all the time that I think about, where I'm like, oh man, like,
shut your face.
What if this happened, or like, what if this could happen? And I always think about it, and I always pose the questions to, like, my random coworkers.
Bet.
Mostly I pose them to Greg, who is the one that I usually step out and smoke with, because he's the only one that I'm working with that early in the morning usually. So we'll do like our little vape break, cigarette break out there, and I'll usually ask him just random questions like, who is your, like, top 3 basketball players to watch when you grew up, or something along those lines, and he'll usually give me an answer. But one that kind of stumped him a little bit and made me go, this would be good for the podcast, was if you could replace a main character in a video game, anime, or we'll do video game and anime,
superhero
or superhero, who would it be? And now the thing is when I say
could be them.
Yes. Now, and the thing is like, you're still you, but you now have to deal with everything they're dealing with.
And I get their powers and everything
Yes.
too.
Yes.
That
You
is one
get
thing I asked.
you literally are. You get everything. So, like, if you say, like, I want to be Tony Stark, I want to be Iron Man, you would then be Iron Woman. You would be Kiana. You would still be you. But you have to still deal with his heart problem and having a giant hole in his chest with a fucking piece of metal connected to him, and you'd have to deal with everything that he has gone through.
I'm trying to think of her name.
Fighting world-ending wars.
Yeah, you have to fight all the aliens. You have to deal with all the problems.
You're the one that snaps. You know you're gonna die now.
Yeah,
but you have his knowledge.
This one's even stumped me too.
You are as smart as he is.
Storm
from X-Men. Why?
I like her powers, and she's a dope ass character.
You just want to marry Black Panther. You just like T'Challa a lot. You just want to marry Black Panther.
I was trying to think of what's her name. The one she's from X-Men. Was Joe Jonas's wife.
Jean Grey? I don't know.
Her.
Is it Jean
so.
Grey? Did I just shoot that shot?
So.
Get it?
I think so.
I mean, because Jean Grey's always the hot one, so of course.
What's that one? The Phoenix or whatever.
Oh, Dark Phoenix,
that one.
Oh, yeah.
She's got fire ass powers too. She's got a lot of mental
Phoenix
instability with the powers, but she's a fucking OP character.
Dark Phoenix is a menace. That's crazy that you go to X-Men characters. Like, that was like your go-to.
Powers were just like, I was thinking like dark powers, and I was like, man, that'd be dope. Because in my head, I was thinking Scarlet Witch too.
Like, I'm just surprised that's like where you went to first.
I don't know.
No anime character instantly popped up in your head.
That's where
or
my brain
like
went
that?
immediately. As soon as you talked about it, the first person that came to my mind was Storm.
Oh yeah, was it Halle Berry Storm or was it just
Halle
Storm?
Berry Storm.
Okay, of course it is. Of course it is. Fucking Halle Berry. I love
Halle Berry Storm.
I love Halle Berry.
Yeah, that's I don't know why, but that's the first thought that came into my head.
I mean, okay.
Thinking on my toes, bitch.
The reason why the reason why he was brought up Iron Man is because that was the first person that I thought of. I was just like, but am I as smart as him? Do I have his money?
Yeah, like you would get all
this
everything.
I told my mom 2 days ago, we were sitting there with the baby,
I'm
and
like
we were
falling
watching
in this
something
chair.
with powers. I told her if I had powers, I would be a villain.
Oh yeah, no, 110%.
You would be the villain arc. For sure.
110%.
I would be the villain.
I literally was talking with the guys at one point on the game chat, and they were talking about superpowers, and I was eating food, so I wasn't even in the conversation. My mic was muted, but I heard them talking about it, and I turned the video that I was watching off to listen in on what they were saying, and they were talking a whole lot. A couple of them were like, "Yeah, I'd probably be a villain or two. Like, I'd probably do some devious shit, but I would keep a good rep. I'd probably do some sneaky shit just to get by." But like, I chimed in and I was like, "Boy, I would fuck this world up. Like, don't even not even bullshitting. Give me a dumb power. I will rule this bitch." Oh my God. I said, like, give me some dumb shit. Give me, like, acid spit. You will come to fear me in my acid spit.
I would world domination.
Like, you know how quick it would be for me to go walk around a building and just go on each corner of the building, go and then just walk 2 blocks away and slowly watch that bitch crumble?
Like, I just looked over at the poster and I saw Toga back there, and I was like, yeah, I'd be a crazy psychopath, fucking bloodletting.
Toga's the one who could
It's the
turn.
one in the corner.
She's the one that takes
She's the one that takes people's
blood
blood and turns into them. She can,
and
like, shape shit.
I don't, and you know, it's because I'm a weird bitch, but anything with
Top.
blood,
Top.
I'm looking at the fucking heroes for some reason.
Yeah.
Anything with blood
I
is my
gotcha.
shit. Like from Black Clover, the Blood Queen that they fight,
Oh,
where she
yeah.
uses like rivers of fucking
You
blood.
would love Scarlet.
Her-
I think her name's Scarlet from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
She's like literally like a blood user where all of her weapons and everything, like she literally saps blood out of your body and like turns it into a scythe and stabs you with it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a cool
If
character.
you were a waterbender, you would be a
bloodbender.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you ever actually
You
sit
had to
down,
do the training for it. It's forbidden as shit, so good luck finding anybody
I
to teach it
would
to you, but you could absolutely learn it.
world domination.
If
I
you-
would be a villain.
if you ever actually sit down and
Balls
decide to
yourself
play
dating.
D&D at any point, there's a version of clerics called blood clerics that I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
that is a subclass that I
Dope.
feel like you would really enjoy.
Yeah.
They're all made by Matthew Mercer, which is
Fuck.
D&D
love it.
god.
Yeah.
But
Villain all the way, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to be a villain in D&D, but okay.
That's, I mean,
No, just in general.
I'd say it's like there's always those videos of like when you and bro get superpowers, and it's like the one bro that's like, bro, we could do it, we could save the world, we could change things, and then there's the dude who's just sitting there like, fuck that,
Me.
fuck all of that.
Me.
Like that's instantly me. Like
So
you give me
what character are you replacing?
Ainz Al Ghul from Overlord.
Oh yeah. Every time I hear
110%.
every time I hear Al Ghul, I immediately think of DC Universe.
I don't know what struggles he has coming
Assassin
up, but to be
clan.
that strong, boy, whoo, whoo. It's either that or I'm like, it's either that or I'm, you know, I'm not even gonna say his name because he's gonna come up and we'll talk about here in a little bit. But he's gonna be like one of the characters that I bring up here soon, and I'll touch base on that whenever we get to that. But yeah, Ainz Al Ghul, too fucking OP. I will one of my.
From,
It's from Overlord.
like Arrow, the one you were
Yeah,
thinking
yeah,
about. Yeah, that's what I was thinking
They
about
were
too.
talking about the assassination.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Okay,
Like Ra's al Ghul.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ra's
it's
al
Ra's
Ghul.
al
Yeah,
Ghul,
yeah. That's
when
Arrow
you said
and like
that.
Batman. And
Yeah.
stuff
I'm
like
trying to
that,
remember
yeah.
When
what
you
the
said that,
actual
that's
name
what
of the
came to
clan
my brain. I don't know, but yeah.
But
League of Assassins.
League of Assassins.
go.
There you go. That is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Every time I hear his name, I think of that.
he has one of my
Bloodbending would be
favorite
dope.
anime moments of all time. One of my favorite anime moments of all time. And it's, I don't know, I might have brought it up on here already or not. I don't know. We're only 5 episodes in. Well, shout out to
getting
episode
there. We
5.
getting
We haven't
there.
even announced it.
Ooh,
This is episode
ooh.
5. Episode 5. Woo! Hit the fucking soundtrack. Anyway, but no, he has one of my favorite anime moments of all time where he's fighting this group of adventurers that all go into his castle, which if you haven't seen the anime
I'm not that far
Overlord,
yet.
I haven't seen it.
oh man, so and it's really isn't going to spoil a whole lot for you, but this clip has been around long enough, and this is kind of what will hopefully like motivate you to watch it soon enough. But there's a group of adventurers that basically go into his castle. I don't remember why they go in there, so at least that's going to be big to you. But there's people that are in his castle, and Ainz is currently the strongest thing that we know about. We don't know how strong he really is, but at this point we know he's very fucking strong.
Yeah.
And there's nothing right now that can even hurt him. And they come into the castle. They go in and they basically challenge him to a fight. They challenge him to a fight, and he basically puts on this armor, grabs his 2 blades, and he's like, all right, cool, let's go do it. And they go out to his coliseum. And they start mixing and fighting and whatever, and they're holding their own for the most part. And he's barely breaking a sweat. They're watching this fight happen. Like, one dude's been fighting him this whole time, and they're like, what is going on? Like, why does it seem like we're not doing any damage to him? Like, why are we not hurting him?
Because you're not.
And one of them is a magic user who goes, he's also like has no magical presence. Like he has no magical pressure. So he shouldn't theoretically be this strong. Like we should honestly be able to beat his ass. Like I don't know why he's not taking any damage or why we're not hurting him. And he hears them talking. Like even though he's at a great distance away from them, with how powerful he is, he can hear her saying what she's saying. And he goes, oh, my fault. I completely forgot I was even wearing my rings today. And he was like, let me go ahead and help you out since you're trying to read my magical pressure. And he takes one ring off, and the elf that was reading his pressure goes, and instantly throws up. Like, instantly throws up. In the moment that she stops throwing up, she goes, we need to fucking run. We all need to run right now. And everybody's like, what's wrong? And the camera pans back to him, and his magical pressure is so fucking strong that it takes up like a good 20 to 30 foot radius, and it is just beaming to the sky. It is like he is just spewing out magical energy. And it was so strong that he made this bitch throw up and is now making her panic to the point where they are all shitting themselves because he took one fucking ring off. He didn't even move. He didn't step to him. He didn't even go. He didn't like, bitch, like, no, like, he just went, run. And it's just one of those moments where I'm like, I have never seen an anime character look so badass while doing so little. Like like I said, I haven't read the manga. The manga is so much further ahead than the anime to the point where I think it's actually done. So I don't know what it might not be, but I don't know what he has in store, who he has to fight. But it's in the anime. I know in this newest season he kind of meets at a little bit of adversity in a fight, but even then it's Anzo Ghoul. So I'll let you watch and see how that plays out. But very awesome character. That would be who I would replace. Took a lot of thinking because I was trying to go through a lot of the MCs, like a lot of the main characters that I love, and I was like, honestly, a lot of these guys don't got it made. Like a lot of these guys really don't got it like that. A lot of them go through shit. Yeah, a lot of them go through shit, and the shit that they go through, in my head, not worth it. Not worth it to me. Like, Naruto's cool. I'm not sitting on a swing by myself for 6 years before somebody picks on me enough to go do something about myself, learn one jutsu and run with it for another 3 just to go get in class and then fuck up all the way through it and then finally catch a break. Not doing that. Just for my break to be me getting my ass kicked for like 5 arcs, just for my best friend, quote unquote, to leave me for the next fucking series. Like, nah, not doing it.
And the girl I got a crush on is a huge bitch the whole
series. Just for me to find out the girl that's been in love with me is probably the baddest bitch out of the whole village, and I struck gold when I finally realized that. Oh, by the way, she just got stabbed in the back. Welcome to Naruto, where Naruto has the shittiest life until he dies.
Yes.
Yep.
Literally. Love him to death. Great main character, but man, he has a terrible fucking life. But what about you, Bubba?
I didn't know if we were ever going to get to
Yes.
I was thinking I was thinking Iron Man, to be honest, but I just pawned on all the people in movies that I would enjoy to be Gandalf.
Gandalf
the Grey. I would be him.
Is he main character?
You
I wouldn't say he's a main
shall
character per
not
se,
pass.
but Gandalf would be my favorite to be in his position.
Okay. So you
I
want to
wa-
fight
I
a
wa-
demon while falling down a giant chasm. You want
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
You want to you shall not pass and then get
that
literally
that
JBL
happens,
clothesline.
and then he becomes Gandalf the White.
I mean, that's fine and all.
Yes,
gotta go.
I'm willing to make that sacrifice to save the homies, and then come back even stronger,
To
even
save
more
the
powerful
homies.
to save the homies yet again. I'm down for it for sure. And to be a wizard walking through Hobbit territory, I feel like would just be a beautiful sight to walk
I
through.
don't know, man. Hobbit World seems like it would suck,
Nah.
dude. Like for what they're doing, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Like, if
And
you were just like, if you were just like,
I only appear when it's necessary.
but even then, there's shit that you got to deal with on their behalf. Like, fuck.
Well, Gandalf kind of, he's the reason why most of it's even happening.
That's what I'm
He's the one
saying.
that started it.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
he gets
So all this
he
shit's
gets
your
to run
fucking
away and kind
fault.
of just fuck off for a little bit while they're doing their shit, and then come back when they actually need him, and then run away again.
Oh, this shit's your fault. We could have
Yeah.
just jumped on the giant birds and went to the fucking volcano and threw the ring in, but you wanted to walk.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's safer. I think.
I don't know. Lord of the Rings is great. I do love Lord of the Rings. It's not my favorite out of the nerd series that
Oh,
everybody
it's
likes to
not
fight
mine
over.
either.
I love Lord of the Rings, but I am
I'd
much more
put-
Star Wars than I am Lord
I'm
of the
a
Rings.
Legolas stan.
That explains your fascination with white boys.
And I
with long
honestly
hair.
like Harry Potter more than I
I
like
love
Lord of the
long hair.
Rings.
Fucking right.
I love Harry Potter more than I like Lord of the Rings.
I
Genuinely.
would probably put Harry Potter above Star Wars
Yes.
and Lord of the Rings for me.
For you,
Yes.
yeah, I wouldn't put it
For
above
me.
Star Wars. For
I would
me.
put Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and then Star Wars.
See, I can't do that. Lord of the Rings is going to
well,
final
well,
spot for me. It just
I'm assuming you're Slytherin. What are you?
Yes.
I'm Hufflepuff.
Okay. I'm Gryffindor all day.
Yeah, I'm
Slytherin,
Hufflepuff.
baby.
Hufflepuff.
I don't think I know a
So is
single.
my
on that
sister,
puff,
so
baby.
is Devin, and my niece better be Slytherin
Chuff
too.
on that puff, baby.
I don't know if there's a single.
Shout
person I know
out,
that's
shout out the little
Ravenclaw.
baby. Shout out. I love that little stinker. She's so
She's so
cute.
fucking
Hey,
cute.
she
I love
came
her so
through
much.
last night. Shout out to Trinity and Devin's baby.
She's so
I
fucking cute.
love her
so much.
so much. I literally walked up to that little girl yesterday and I pointed right in her chest and I said, I would burn the fucking world for you. And then she went,
Yeah, she was all about her tia Nana last night.
oh yeah, she was all over
She's
the place.
one. She was just like,
I came around the corner. She
Okay.
was like, na 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 na.
Yeah,
I was
oh
like,
man,
"Hey,
it is the
baby."
cutest thing hearing her go, nah, 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 nah. That's so cute. I
Yeah.
love her to death. She is adorable.
I
She
love
is
her.
adorable. But what's I kind of wanted to talk about the MC thing a little bit just because like that was weighing on my mind, but it also helps us lead into our next topic,
I went first last.
which is going to be our top 5. Yeah, top 5. Yes. But we will eventually be adding the soundboard into this mix. We will be getting
We'll
it
make
going.
our own. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
In the background, just.
But yeah, every week we do a top 5. We have different topics, top 5s that we pick every week. Last week was the what was it? It was
Last week was the male actors.
male actors. That's
oh
what
no,
was it?
no, male actors is the one that they will unfortunately not see.
Yeah, no. So
So,
yeah.
so here's the
yeah.
thing with
yeah, we can
Rich,
go ahead and explain it
unfortunately-
now. We've been trying to avoid it, but now we've hit a wall.
With Rich unfortunately leaving, it tacked a lot of things that we mentioned it in episode 4. That without him, there's a lot of things that are difficult that we don't know how to do.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that we have to learn how to do.
Yeah.
We tried to record in episode 5. We did not have the audio where we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So I think
So
the
we
last
lost
one
that.
was the like Oogie Boogie
It was
Hades or
Disney
something.
Villains.
Yeah.
Disney
Disney
Villains.
Villains.
Yes,
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
Villains
Yeah,
was the last one.
but the audio was just not where we want it to be, so that
Yeah.
video did get scrapped. So we do have to re-record. We are running a new episode. There are things that we talked about last session that we are not talking about this one. We're not talking about WWE today because we talked about it last episode. Now it's just been too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what they need to know about
Yeah.
what's going on. That wants to know what's going on with
Yeah.
that.
But now
and
we
there's
got
some
our
things
new
we're
ones.
missing.
Yeah.
So
Which
we
also
have an alternative for male actors that we will do at some point.
Yeah, which also, sorry for how long it's taken to get this episode out. We've had, like you said, a lot of technical issues. Top of that, I also had COVID. We just had ran into a lot of brick
The vid.
walls when trying to get this going since we had lost our tech guy. So we have been trying to get this going. Hopefully, this is the episode to start out the nonstop, ongoing upload of episodes every week that we want to bring to you. We want to do this. We love doing this. We want to provide great content for you guys. We love getting together every weekend and having fun doing this. So don't think just because we've taken this long to bring it out that it's going to be like this every time. It's not.
Nah.
We've just had a lot of big mishaps literally all happen at the same time. But now, just like this tablecloth, everything should be ironed out. We should be great. We should be straight.
I ran this bitch through the dryer for the people who noticed the wrinkles in it last time. I'm sorry.
But we should be straight now. We should be good. But our top 5 for this week, because last week was Disney villains, this week is going to be anime main characters. She did go first last week because Disney villains definitely was more of her alley thing, so we wanted to toss that to her first. But honestly, I'm kind of curious to hear yours because you were kind of talking about it a little bit in the setup, and then like you seemed so confident in the beginning, and then as you kind of got along, which that does tend to happen a lot with some of us, is like we'll be so confident with our first 3 picks.
I moved mine too. I was like, I gotta change my list, I think.
You'll be so confident with your first 3 picks, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but wait.
Well, it's my number 1 and my number 2 are tied for first. I'm gonna be dead ass. They are both my favorite. There's no difference.
And we just
in
pulled
them that
these from like our favorite animes and shit.
I mean, like
so.
mine are honestly.
I can tell you are gonna disagree with my top 5.
Oh, I
All right, well
absolutely
then
will.
say less. Let's go.
I absolutely will. I disagree with a lot of this man's choices, but when it comes to anime specifically, I'm trying so hard to help this man get better taste, you guys.
It's fine.
I'm trying
You
so
can
hard.
try
Let's
so
see
hard
what-
to add new animes to my watch list. I will watch them. That does not change what is my favorite.
You don't know
All right,
that
since
until you
you're
watch
so
it.
biased, let's go. What
All
you
right.
got?
Oh, I'm gonna start off with my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I got Jinwoo from Solo Leveling. That
Okay.
anime is on the rise and a rise, bitch.
See, this is-
I'm all for that anime. Is so damn good.
And see, here's my thing: is like I'm not gonna say that it's not, but I can't wait for you to watch more shit because that's a new anime, and I love that.
That's why it's in an honorable mention.
That's what I say. I
Yeah.
love that.
I don't have enough of an attachment to put it in my top 5,
That's
but
what I'm
I
saying.
fucking love that.
I can't wait
Okay.
for you to watch some of these old, like, completed series because they're gonna be. I know that there's gonna be some characters that you've never heard of that like everybody knows about that you're gonna find out about and be like, oh, now I see why everybody loves this fucking person, and I just can't wait to see how this changes because it's another reason why I'm kind of happy we didn't do our top 5 anime selection just yet because like both of them have good anime knowledge. I'm not going to say they have horrible anime knowledge. They have good anime knowledge. But Kiana's definitely delved into more older stuff than he has.
I've watched way more than Scott.
Yeah,
has.
she has definitely put her foot in the pool for a lot of the older stuff. And I'm definitely trying to help him get caught up on some of the stuff that, like some of the key ones that he has missed. Because he's seen a lot of the really good ones, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and he's watched Naruto, and he's gotten through a lot of some of the main, like, key ones, but there are also a lot that he hasn't seen that are major staples in the anime community that you have to kind of
Yeah.
I
watch. so.
hyperfixate
Major
and binge
staples
watch
and
for hours.
one of those major staples got put on my watch list, and I started watching it. And you said the same. You told me after I told you this, but it was Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And I said that it lost my focus very fast, but he said that in order to understand it, you really have to pay attention to it.
Well,
You
and,
have
like-
to, like, it's one of those anime, because, like, I watched Cowboy Bebop, and you know what, actually, I'll save my speak on Cowboy Bebop, because I'm going to bring him up here in a little bit. But you have to really pay attention and really sit down and like Kiana does, just hyper focus on him, because there's a lot that, in the beginning, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's a story that over time, with the 24 episodes it gives you, pieces everything
Well,
together.
fuck, you gave me Code Geass to watch, and I already watched the whole first season like 3 days later.
Yeah, it's so good.
It
But
is so
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so
Anyways.
my other honorable mention, I had 2 of them, was Midoriya from
yeah.
Yeah.
My Hero. He didn't make top 5, but there's enough content out there for me to have an attachment to him.
Yeah,
But
for
he's
sure.
he's like, if we did the top 6, he'd be number 6. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So starting off my actual 5, number 5 is Aaron Yeager.
Who?
Aaron Yeager?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
speak up a little bit, bud.
Okay.
Sorry, voice is scratchy. But Eren Yeager is my number 5. Attack on Titan. I didn't watch Attack on Titan at the same time that everybody else did.
I waited a while too. I'm not gonna lie. I waited a
did too.
while.
I didn't watch it until it was fully released. All 4 seasons were out.
See, now that's
That's
different.
what I did.
That's
See,
different. I watched it like
wasn't
season
on purpose.
3.
It
I
wasn't on
watched season
purpose.
3.
As the show was being produced and as it was coming out, I heard a lot of people complaining about him not knowing what was in the basement, and it was season 3, and he still didn't know what was in the basement. And I was just like, that's a lot of seasons for me to not know what they're going after.
Turns
so like,
out he knew it was in the basement all along.
basically, but like, once I actually watched it, I was like, man, I should have watched this forever ago.
I planned for this.
Yeah.
The
But,
anime.
Yeah, but watching that, we binge watched that whole show because me and Brittany would only watch it when me and Brittany could
That's
watch it at the
what
same
I did
time,
too.
and we binged it in like a month.
Yeah.
Only being able to watch it on time frames that we both had matching, I mean, it took a month, but we did watch all of it, and easily top 5.
Oh yeah.
Number 4 is Rimuru Tempest from Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Every new season that comes out, it just progressively gets better.
Oh yeah. I'm about to say I hear nothing but good things about that
Yeah,
show
it's a
every
good
time it's
show.
brought up.
I haven't
Every
watched
single
all of
time
it, but
that
I've
it's brought
seen
up.
quite a bit of it,
Yeah,
and it's pretty good.
I believe they just finished season 3. I think I watched all of it.
Yeah, I've watched like a season and a half, and it's pretty decent.
the
Yeah.
season 2 is when it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Season 2 holy shit, it gets
Well, 'cause
crazy. Season 2.
I started catching bits and pieces of it when Justin was watching it, so then I started to rewatch it by myself.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
It's one of those shows that a lot of people will talk about animes and they're like, season 1 was just not enough to get me to season 2. That's how I am with JJK.
Yeah.
But season 1 was good enough
Shut
to
your
get
mouth.
me through
Oh, so
season
you've
1.
got it. You've got to just power through JJK,
you better
dude. I'm telling
shut
you, you
your
got to just
fucking
power
mouth.
through it.
So me and your cousin are on the same page.
My
Yeah,
list.
I've told him the same
We
thing.
gonna
He's gotta
talk about
power
my
through it,
list in a
too.
minute.
Because he went through all that shit talking about Hunter x Hunter not being good for like the first 50 episodes.
That's
and
such
then
a good
I don't,
fucking
okay, I don't agree with that
show.
one. I don't agree with that.
So
one.
like
I
here's
Hunter x
so
Hunter.
like they it wasn't that it wasn't good for the first 50 episodes. It was that they got to the same point and it felt like the show wasn't going anywhere.
It's
But they
so
got
good.
the fact that he got 50 something episodes in and then determined that, then took literal years off from watching it, and then all of a sudden heard somebody go, "Oh, dude, it picks up right after that." And then he picks it up and starts watching it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is one of the best anime of all time." I'm like,
Yeah.
you would probably feel the same way about JJK. If you did the same thing that you did with Hunter x Hunter. It's a great show. I
love
get
it.
that some
well,
shows
that's
don't.
what Rich kept saying about Bleach.
Well, it's like, here's the thing. Is like, I plan on watching Bleach. I already said that I plan on watching. I've said it numerous times on this show already that I plan on watching Bleach before, or at least continuing where I left off on Bleach before the year is out. But the thing is I get it. I understand. Not all anime just fucking hit the ground running, and not
Right.
every anime has to. But not every anime is also going to give you everything within your first 3 episodes. Sometimes you got to world build a little bit. That's why One Piece has 1,000 something fucking episodes, because it's world build the fucking anime.
Yeah, until they knock that down to size, it ain't happening.
And it's
bro.
still one of the greatest anime of all time, if not the greatest anime of all time. You could fight me on that. It's not too long. Your attention spans all suck.
Attention fan.
Attention pan.
Attention pans, yes, all of them. And if you order now,
No,
you'll
my-
get a dual
my-
set for
Put him a
free.
picture of a pan now. Bow.
Bang, bow, bow, bow,
My intentions, dude. You're editing this video.
bow.
Cast iron skillets everywhere. Bow, bow.
Oh man.
Shit, my attention span does suck, and that's one of the
Anyways.
reasons why anime is hard for me to catch on. Jesus fucking Christ. Number 3 is the Elric Brothers.
Yeah.
Full Metal is the second anime I ever watched in my entire life.
Yeah.
And it holds a very warm place, and knowing the voice actor for one of the main characters in that show makes it so much better for me. With the whole Critical Role
Absolutely.
thing, I love that fucking anime, and it's
Absolutely.
I've shed a tear over a few episodes of that.
Jesus.
It's there. Number 2, and like I said, tied with number 1, is Naruto. I just had to. I just had to put them in spots because they're both number 1s for me.
So what's your number 1?
And this is the one that's gonna piss them off. It's Kirito.
Kirito, yeah, it's like
It's
literally
Kirito from
such
Sword
a
Art.
terrible fucking pick.
This is an opinionated list. You have yours, I have mine. Kirito is number 1. He matches with Naruto for me. They are both comfort animes. I love the fuck out of them. If I'm sick in bed, Sword Art is on the fucking screen.
I like Naruto more than I like Kirito.
I'm gonna start, and every time you say something, I disagree
That's
with.
fine,
it.
but the thing about what I say is you don't know what I'm talking about. That's the thing. Is I know what you're talking about. I can have that opinion because I've experienced it too. You don't
Do you
experience
want to go or do
my
you want me to
troubles.
go?
You can go ahead and go. I had to make an adjustment on mine. I had to make an adjustment.
So
on mine.
I have 3 honorable mentions. I got Luffy on here.
Luffy.
I have this one's the one that you guys don't know.
love
It's
Luffy.
Jamie Nagumo. It's the one from the Ari Fureta, the Commonplace to World's Strongest.
Yeah.
That's the one I was
You
talking
said that's
about.
your honorable mention?
Yeah. And then Asta from Black Clover.
See,
Okay.
I don't fuck with Black Clover.
I love Black Clover.
Like Black
I love
Clover
Black
a
Clover.
lot.
Now, Black Clover is also, we talked about this a little bit
It's
when we were
basically
at
the
the.
Shippuden.
Well,
or
it's, so
Naruto
it's,
I
it's
love
basically, it starts out that way.
Yeah.
And it's because the creator of the show also created Naruto. But it also, it just. It's
gets
super
so good.
It gets super,
Yeah.
super fucking good. And it was one of those instances almost where it was almost that Hunter x Hunter instance of this JJK instance where me and Alec were watching it. And it was so Naruto for the first like 12 to 15 episodes that it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We are literally just watching Naruto, but instead of ninjas, they're wizards. That's it. It is the same thing.
It's so
But then
good,
it
though.
finally breaks that mold,
He
and
gets
it
his one
becomes
jutsu, and
it
then-
becomes its own thing. Like
Yeah.
it does eventually break
His magic
off.
canceling,
Yeah, and it becomes something really good. So like I can understand that. Black Clover is fantastic, and Asta, even though he screams in every sentence that he says,
Yeah.
is an awesome main character. That man's progression is fantastic.
Does it ever go away like Naruto got stopped
No,
saying
he
believe
just
it?
screams in every moment that he opens his mouth is screaming. It literally
It's
is
so
that.
good, though. I don't care what anybody
Yeah,
says.
people can bitch about it all they want to. He's still gonna be one of the best fucking main characters of this generation's anime
And I love the
lineup.
Black Bulls. I love them.
Oh, the Black Bulls are one of the coolest fucking like clans that you could be a part of. One of the coolest little
Yeah.
groups you could be a part of.
So my number 5, I have Inuyasha.
Okay, I can deal with that.
I haven't watched the anime to have an opinion.
You haven't
on
watched
I have
it?
not, no.
Oh my god.
That's one of those ones where I recommend it, but it's not. It's a staple for sure, but it's not like you have to
love
watch
it.
all of it. Like you could watch season 1 and you have an idea of how the rest of the show is
just
gonna
in-
go.
I'm in love with him,
But
so
it is
it's
it is
fine.
a great show. Love it. It's classic. Has
Little
the best
cat
anime
ears.
outros of all time. There is no anime that even compares to how many anime outros are good.
It's so good.
Like literally, almost every single one of them. It is so weird.
fucking love that
I
show.
love that anime, and it mostly weighs on the fact that all of their outros are the best
And that's
outros
also
of all
why
time.
people call me Kilala, the little demon cat.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
good.
I didn't even know that. I thought that was a nickname.
Nope.
Nope.
There's
Damn.
a Kirara and a Kilala. They're demon
Yep.
cats.
It's a great show, man.
Yeah.
Add it to your list.
My number 4
You
is.
and I think Brittany's seen it. Like I would
think so,
recommend it. Yeah, if she's seen it, she'd probably watch it with you, honestly, because it is that good of a rewatch. But
Yeah. My number 4 is Eren Yeager.
yep, that makes sense.
Dope ass fucking
You
love
had
Attack on Titan.
one higher than mine.
Yeah.
Aaron Yeager's cool,
My
man.
number 3 is Light Yagami.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about Death Note for a minute.
Yeah.
That's such a good show.
It is
I
a very
binge
good
watched
show.
the fuck out of that show
It's
until
a
I
very
finished
good
it.
show. That's good rewatchability too.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I think I've rewatched it at least 5
Oh
times.
god, yeah. My number 2 is Itadori.
Wait, where number 3 go?
I said number 3.
Oh,
Light.
Inuyasha. I forgot. Sorry.
No. What? You're all over the place.
You
Inuyasha
are.
is 5, you fucking
the number,
goof.
yeah, the numbers fucked me up. Sorry. Go ahead.
2
Go.
is Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yep.
Fucking watch it, you bitch.
Yeah.
And my number 1
Shots fired.
is Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite animes. I love it.
It's one of those animes where I got into it and I think I got through season 1 and just never ever got
I
to season
love
2.
it.
Just
Well,
never
season
got to
2
season
they did
2.
a time jump and it kind of fucked everything up.
Just never. I just never got to it because I heard there was a lot of stuff that was going on where people weren't really vibing with it, and I was just kind of like, oh, I'll wait then.
I don't give a
Because
fuck
they
what
did a
nobody
time jump
says.
and there's a bunch of stuff in the season 2 that aren't in the manga.
It's a little confusing, but you eventually gotta get it together or whatever. But I love it. I don't care what anybody says. Kaneki's the shit.
Hell yeah, hell
It
yeah.
is a good anime, but I never
It
made it
is.
to season 3 because of the season
I
2
did. I
problem.
watched all of it.
The season 2 it fucked a lot of people up. Let's be
Hell
honest.
yeah.
I like it. I don't give a fuck.
Well, all right. I'll go ahead and do my little list here. I got my little honorable mentions. One of them is going to be the Elric brothers.
Yeah.
They didn't make the top 5 cut for me, but it's just because I have more of an attachment to these other guys as MCs.
Yeah.
As to where I have a much bigger attachment to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood as an anime as a whole. I have way more of an attachment to that than these guys in their respective shows. I mean, some of them stand a little bit taller with their shows, but the main characters themselves, love them, but they're in the honorable mention. They're also going with Kenshi Shirahama, he's from an anime called Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. it is a shonen-esque anime where a kid by the name of Kenichi, he basically joins a karate club, and he's not the strongest kid at all. He's basically the bitch of the karate club where they make him do all the dog work, like get the pads, clean our shit, wipe down the mats, all that other trash. They like beat him up and pick on him, and he's just like the Peter Parker before powers, like just the easy target. Just easy target.
Peter Parker
And
before
thank you, Train. I don't know if you guys heard that. Sick. Great. Sick. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. You done? Sick. All right. So.
Anyways.
But yeah, now he basically ends up meeting a girl at his high school who is unbelievably strong, and he ends up like running by her on the way to school, and because of her like sixth sense and like her fighting ability, she flips him on his back. Like literally, he runs past her. She thinks he's getting ready to attack her, and she goes, whoop, grabs him by the arm and like literally hip tosses him and throws him on his back. And he's like, "Ow! Can you teach me how to do that?" Oh my God! Like that was like the best thing that I had seen in a long time, and I need to learn how to do that. And she's like, "I can't teach you, but I know somebody who might be able to teach you." And it turns out that this girl just so happens to be the granddaughter to the best fighter in the world who has mastered every single fighting style known to man.
Shit.
And he also houses the masters of every fighting style that he mastered. So basically, everybody that he could have learned from or could have got the technique from, they all live with him. And
Dope.
Kenichi ends up getting introduced to him, and he goes, "You know what? I like your spunk, kid. I like your mindset, and I feel like you could go far. So I'll tell you what, we'll train you. But if you back out, there is no coming back. And I promise you, you're going to want to back out. So if you're going to commit to this, you got to be 110% in."
Some Doctor
And
Strange shit.
dude,
This sounds like an anime I like.
Dude,
Yeah.
it becomes really cool because it's one of the first animes, like it was one of the first ones that popped up on Netflix whenever Netflix first started adding anime. And it was one of those instances where I watched it on my own accord without somebody having to recommend it to me. And it was one of the first instances where you see visual character progression, not just like mental or how they act or how they carry themselves. Like you get to see Kenichi going from being an undefined, like scrawny kid to actually progressively getting more and more ripped, becoming more and more jacked. His fighting stances and fighting style become way more cleaner and technical to the point where he's having to fight dudes who are unbelievably strong. It's just a very cool anime. I think it's on Hulu right now, so if you want to watch it, I highly recommend watching it. Very good, but he is an honorable
What'd you say
mention.
it was called?
Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. I could also show it to you whenever we get done
Throw
here.
a picture here.
Yeah, blow. It's good shit. But then last honorable mention is going to be Vash the Stampede from an anime called Trigun. Trigun is a 90s anime, very big anime. Love it to death. Vash the Stampede is just a very good, cool,
It's
very
on,
cool
It's on
character.
Hulu and Crunchyroll.
Sick. There you go. I think Crunchyroll is subbed where Hulu is dubbed. So if you want the English, go to Hulu.
I'm a slut for dub.
But to start my actual list out, number 5, Domon Kashu. He is the main character from G Gundam, Mobile Fighting Suit G Gundam, which is a giant robot fighting anime.
Never got into the Gundam.
I love G Gundam specifically because it's one of the only Gundam anime that have you pilot your Gundam kind of Pacific Rim style, where it's your full body controls what the Gundam does,
That's dope.
as to opposed to the traditional style where it's more like a pilot where you sit down
Yeah.
in a seat and control it with like levers and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I like G Gundam a lot because it's basically every country has a representative Gundam and they all battle it out to basically see what the top country is in the world.
That's cool.
They have like a big Gundam fight and they all
So, yeah,
represent.
like Pacific Rim, but fighting each other.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Instead of
And
fighting
And it's
monsters,
one.
and it's one person
pilot,
piloting.
not
It's
two.
not two. Yeah, it's
Okay,
one piloting,
one.
and they get like a suit with like little like beam
That,
like
like,
poles.
attach it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay,
that
okay.
like give them like signals, and when they move, like when Domon
Dead
like
ass,
does
like
his transformation.
Pacific Rim, but
yeah,
one person.
When Domon like does his like transformation, it's like a giant like circle with like some latex that like comes down and like surrounds his whole body and wraps him in the latex. And then when he like breaks through it, the Gundam like does what he does. So when he's breaking through the latex, he's like and punches. The Gundam wakes up and it just goes.
That's cool.
And I'm like, oh, this is so cool. As a kid, when I was like 8 years old watching it on Toonami, it was one of the most hyped things ever because I'm like, big into Power Rangers.
Yeah.
They have the big like
Yeah.
machine fight at the end every time, and to have this, I'm like, this is that, but without a huge group of people.
That's cool.
It's one dude, and it's super cool. And Domon is the representative for Japan. He's the main character, obviously, but he's just such a fucking cool dude. Me and my cousin Damien have talked about recasting that show with different voice actors and different animation studios numerous times over because we think that there are so many people that could remake it and redo it and would do such a good job. But nonetheless, very good. Number 4, the reason why I didn't want to speak on Cowboy Bebop yet is because Spike Spiegel, the main character, is on my list. Cowboy Bebop.
It's a good anime.
Great anime. And it's one of those anime where literally throughout the course of the entire show, you have to just kind of pay attention. Because up until the end is when you'll kind of get a piece of everything all coming together and everything making sense. But even then, when you finish it, there might still be some questions that need answered. And so you might end up going back and watching it again just to get everything together. There's even a movie that I think takes place in between episode 23 and 24 that kind of bridges a little bit of a gap. It's not a major movie, but if you want every bit of story that you could possibly get to make everything make sense, I would recommend watching it.
Good shit.
But it is a fantastic anime. It is one of those anime that still stand the test of time, even with the animation style being older and being that like peak 90s animation style. It still holds up because that's what the aesthetic was going for at the time, and it works really well. But nonetheless, Spike, cool ass dude, awesome detective, badass character. He's just swaggy as hell, and he's just cool as fuck, and he's just a guy. That's what I love about Cowboy Bebop is although it's a bunch of guys in space driving ships and all this other crazy shit, everybody's just people. Everybody's just people. It's not like Spike has like crazy powers or anything like that, or he's like a crazy dude. He just is a guy, and he's good at what he does. Number 3 for me is going to be Trevor Belmont from Castlevania.
Okay,
from the Netflix series because I
a good fucking
love
show.
Castlevania the game. I played it a lot growing up on the NES and the Super Nintendo. Love Castlevania. To have them portrayed in the anime and have the characters come to life a little bit more, I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. And the studio that handled it did a great job. But Trevor, just an awesome character. He's just a card. He's swaggy. He's like the...
His voice actor was really good,
He's
too.
really good. Did a really good job. Like, he's got like a very like cocky, go get him attitude. And he just carries himself like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care, dude. Like, everything fucking sucks. I'm just here to get through it.
Yeah.
And he does. And he battles these demons and he goes through and they put him in great scenarios. And like I said, the anime portrays him very, very well. And they did a very good job at producing such a great character out of him, which he deserved that spotlight for sure. Number 2 for me is going to be Yusuke Urameshi. He is the main character from Yu Yu Hakusho, which is the isekai that I recommended to you because it is one of the originals. It is basically the guy dies in real life, ends up going and getting transported to a different world, and he ends up fighting in a tournament with a bunch of other different guys, and ends up at some point bringing the demon world to the real world, and he has to deal with it there. But he's just a very cool character. He's one of the first few characters to get very good character progression, and it's just a solid watch on an anime, but you end up falling in love with Yusuke just because he's just a cool fucking dude. Like, he's very relatable because he's just an average high school kid. And so especially when you were watching it at the time that it was airing on TV, you could relate to him a whole lot more because you're a younger kid, and his attitude and the way he carries himself is a lot like how a lot of us kind of did when we were younger. And it's very good. It's very good. It has a lot of really good characters in it, not just Yusuke, but Yusuke definitely, being the MC, was a great job. They did a good job with him.
So what you got for your number
Of course, my number 1
one
is Kenshi Hanamura, which is the main character from Rurouni Kenshin, which is...
Not seen that one.
It is...
It sounds familiar.
Rurouni Kenshin was one of the earlier animes to be put on Toonami, and it was one of the big ones that kind of popped off over here along with Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z.
I probably just heard you talk about it.
You've probably heard me talk about it a lot because it is my favorite anime of all time. It's the first anime that got me to really want to sit down and hyper fixate on anime and love it as what it is. And if it wasn't for Rurouni Kenshin, I probably wouldn't like anime as much as I do now. But he is just an awesome character.
Okay.
Yeah, you've probably seen pictures of the shit for a long time. He's been around for a long time, and it's an anime that's very popular.
That sounds really familiar, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Dude, I love him to death. He's such a cool character. He's got a lot going on, but love him. Love him. But that's my top 5. Do we want to go ahead and run and do our Pokemon guessing game?
Yeah, we can do that real quick.
Yeah, let's do our Pokemon guessing game. Because with you know, us losing our tech guy, we are forced to do the editing. So I mean, we could technically run however long we really want
Got
to,
it. Well, and we have to cut some out anyways.
and we do have to cut a little bit out. But
I am gonna throw out because since they didn't see episode 5, I did get a point.
he did get a point. He did get a point.
Are
More-
we
unfortunately-
counting that? Are we counting
We
it?
we will put it in parentheses.
Okay, then
The-
I have
the
this-
episode, I
have
did
the
not-
count in my phone,
the-
so
Okay.
I'll
the-
do that.
The audio might have been shot, but I did not delete the episode, so I can look back and we'll put up counters for who got points last
have it.
episode. I fucking got one.
He did get one.
I'm putting yours
He
in
did
parentheses.
finally get
I'd
one.
really like to not lose that point.
It's in
See if-
parentheses.
let's
I
see
don't
if
care
he
what
can
you
So
say.
rank
we
you
are.
in today.
This is a
So
second.
we're 6, 1, and 1.
Okay,
Parentheses.
just throwing it out here. We
He
are
did.
we are doing a second favorite from Gen 4. We don't want to skip over Gen 4 since you guys missed it, but
Yeah.
this is our second favorites from Gen 4. Does everybody remember what their favorites were for Gen 4?
I-
Let everybody know real quick.
I believe so. I'm taking
Let's,
a peek at the list again.
Why-
I-
Mine,
I think mine
mine
was
was
Miss Maggie's. or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Mine was Darkrai.
I believe mine was Garchomp.
I
All right,
believe
well, I got
so.
mine. I'm ready whenever.
I believe mine was Garchomp. I will let.
We'll look through it, and if it is, we'll pop up a big wrong right here.
Right. Yeah.
because he couldn't remember.
I'll throw the right one up there if needed. Yeah.
Gonna hate editing this episode.
Oh no, it wasn't Garchomp. It was Toxicroak.
That's what it was.
It was
Whatever it was, I'm the
Toxicroak.
one that guessed it. I got that point.
Yeah. He did get it, unfortunately. And fortunately, he did. You know, we support our friends. around here.
They wanted me to stay at 0,
We did.
and I didn't.
And I didn't.
He
All
did
right,
not.
Who wants to go first? I don't remember who went first last time.
I will let one of you go first.
Kiana, you got yours?
Yes.
I don't want to go first.
All right, we'll start guessing, bitches.
I probably should have pulled up the list before
Yeah.
I said that.
Is it a dark type?
Nope.
Okay, it is not.
Oh
a dark
shit!
type.
That already thrown me for a loop.
I
Gotta get
changed
back.
it this time.
Ooh. Ooh.
Is it an evolution?
Nope.
Oh,
It
so
only has one.
and since
Only has one.
do we
Not
would-
one Pokemon. It's got one.
So it's a
Yes.
2. There's 2 of them.
It's got one evolution.
No, it's got one. What the fuck is that fucking type? Sorry,
Oh, one
One
type.
type.
my brain. Yes.
Okay. So, and because since we were down a person, we are only going to be doing 2 guesses, then the hint. Just a heads up, everybody. So for the people that don't know.
Is it Ursaring?
Is it what?
Ursaring.
Nope. Let me see what I can give you.
Has one type. Is
He-
it
he
normal
hasn't
type?
guessed.
No.
Hmm. Has one type and it's not normal type.
Oh, I guess I need to give you a guess, huh?
Give me a
Right,
hint.
hint,
Yeah.
hint. It's got 3 evolutions.
It's got one type
One,
and 3
2, 3.
evolutions.
Yep.
Is it Ampharos?
Nope.
Is it Luxray?
Nope.
Oh.
Is it a starter? Sorry,
Oh.
ignore the question. That was stupid. We
What
got it
else
too.
can I give you without giving you what it is?
You could give us a range of if it's in the higher numbers or lower numbers. So like
Oh my god!
It's in the lower.
I was looking at Gen 2.
you goober. Oh my god. You said it's in lower numbers?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a starter?
I don't think it's considered a starter.
It would be one of the
No.
first 3. Okay.
Nope.
There's 3 of them. That makes
3
it.
evolutions, 1 type. It's not a starter.
No, that's just a different form.
If I give you what the type is, you'll guess it.
I know it's not normal.
3 evolutions. Is it one type throughout all the evolutions, or does it gain a type as it
1
evolves?
type.
That's weird.
Cherubi?
No.
I don't, there's 2 different forms of Cherum, so I don't think that was a good guess.
It's electric.
Is it Shinx?
Yep.
Okay, so it was Luxray, but it was a previous evolution of Luxray.
And I wasn't
We've
gonna
had that
tell
happen
you.
before.
No.
Wasn't gonna tell you.
No, the moment I was
We
like,
had the
okay.
same issue whenever Rich picked Slugma.
Yeah, I was like, I think I know that it's
Slugma
this, but all right. So you got that. All right. Let's see here. You can go ahead and try to pick mine.
Is it Shieldon?
No.
Does it have more than one type?
No.
So it's one type. Doesn't really narrow it down, but it's got one type.
Nope.
So it is going to be. It is a Pokemon that. It is a Pokemon that becomes a part of every gen after this generation.
Becomes a part of every gen.
Yeah, like it's in almost every single game after its initial insertion into this game or into this generation.
That gives me nothing.
Riolu?
No. That's a good guess though.
Oh, I can't see Lucario. That's two types.
Yep.
You said it's one type?
Yeah.
Yes.
That becomes a staple.
How many
in all of
evolutions
them.
does it have?
Technically 3.
Technically 3. So there's 4 of them?
No, there's
There's
so
two of
there's
them.
there's 2 of them, and then there's technically a third one. But it's like to get the third evolution, it was one of those like you had to trade it from one game to another. Because in Pokemon, there was an instance where if a certain Pokemon wouldn't evolve unless you traded it through, and then it would evolve right after the trade. And that you had to have an item held on it, and it had to go through a trade or some shit like that. And that was one of the things.
Garchomp?
No.
No, that's 2 types. Damn it. I just lost a guess for no reason.
Man, I'm really hoping
Fuck
you get
me,
this too.
man. I don't even know.
I'm about to say I don't know if you had guessed or not yet.
I think I asked my question.
Oh, okay. Well then it is higher numbers. It's higher on the list.
Oh God.
I shot in the dark. Rotom? Rotom?
No.
There's so many different forms of it I didn't know. I was like, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you have to trade for one of them.
Nope. Plus he's got dual type.
For every fucking form. Yes, he
Is
does.
it? I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Uxie?
No. No, it is not. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that's one of the legendaries.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have evolutions. Those are 3 completely different Pokemon.
Oh yeah, no, it's not Uxie. No.
They're all psychic, but those are 3 completely separate Pokemon.
Yeah.
What's our
It's
other
Yuki, Mesprit, and
hints?
Azo.
The other hint.
Fuck me, bro.
Higher numbers.
I know. I'm so fucking.
The other hint. If I give that hint, it'll probably just give it away instantly. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and say this one. Ghost type.
Spiritomb?
Nope.
And you said it only has one type.
I did it
Yep.
again. That's got 2. I did it again.
I
You
didn't
said
think
ghost type.
Yep. I didn't think it would be this hard.
Fuck me, bro.
Man.
I should have looked before I guessed that because I have a different guess, but I don't want to take.
Oh my god, I don't know. And it's not Dusknoir.
You are correct. It is.
Fuck me, I'm great.
God damn it!
You are
That was my
I'm
next
great.
guess.
Yep.
Dusknoir does have pre-evolutions, doesn't it?
Yes, he does. He is the third evolution, and the only way that you can get him is if he holds the. He has to be holding a specific like cloth item. It is called the. He has to hold the Reaper cloth, and he has to be holding it as.
That was my next guess. If I would have actually paid attention.
Yeah, you have to have Dusclops. You have to attach the Reaper Cloth to Dusclops, and then you have to trade him to somebody else. And when he trades over, then he evolves into Duscanor.
Yeah.
And that's why it was kind of like a weird one too, because like they don't show you the evolutions with this because he got added
That's
in
what
this
I'm doing.
generation.
I'm like looking at it and I'm like, I only see.
I knew it was gonna be a
going
little
to
bit of a
I'm
curveball.
so fucking
Yeah.
confused.
It was
All right.
between him and Darkrai. Honestly, it was between him and Darkrai.
Yeah.
Because Darkrai is so fucking
Yeah.
cool, dude.
He was
He's
my,
such
he's
a
my
cool
number
Pokemon.
one. He's my number one for this gen. All right, what y'all got for me?
All right, we gotta make this one quick. I just realized what time it is. Let's see here.
You gotta get it to make it quick. Come on.
Let's see here. What is Scott like? Is it Gabite?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, my page refreshed and fucked me up. Let's see. Is it? Let's do Bronzor.
Nope.
Okay, what's your name, bud?
It's multiple types.
Multiple types. Okay. Let's see here.
Surprised nobody's asked a question. You guys are just guessing Pokemon.
Multiple types.
Is it Togekiss?
No.
Oh man.
I've never heard it pronounced like that.
I never heard it pronounced like that either.
You're welcome.
It's Togekiss.
You're welcome.
Jesus.
Lucario.
No, it is not. Higher numbers.
Higher numbers. Bet it.
Is it Heatran?
Nope.
Is it a legendary?
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
What's our next hint?
So just to give you an idea, legendary would be everything from numbers 479 and up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then yes, it is.
It is.
It is. It is a legendary then. So that would just give it away. Don't do that one.
My next question
It's
might
got-
help you out, Kiana.
Are you guys on Bulbapedia?
Yeah.
I'm on Cerebi, but
It's got multiple forms.
it's got multiple forms.
Yes.
Okay,
Not every one of them has forms. So.
but it's. You said it's multi. It's got
Like
Multiple
Shaman's
types.
got Sky form and Land form. Garatina's got Origin and Altered. Not every one of them has multiple forms, but it
Okay.
has multiple forms.
Is it Dialga?
No.
Motherfucker.
Is it Rotom?
It is Rotom.
Wow.
It is Rotom.
I was about to say. I'm like that's so. I'm looking at it.
I couldn't think of a way. There's no way to say electric
yeah.
because that'll just give it
That
away.
Oh,
instantly
yeah,
give
yeah.
it away,
Multiple
'cause there's
typing.
no-
I said multiple typings instead of two typings because it's got all the different forms at different
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Well, I mean, shit, man. Damn, dude. I mean, that he's got the parentheses point,
8,
but
2, and 1.
whew, boy, I'm just too good. I gotta say, you
Shut
guys,
the fuck
I'm
up.
just too good at what I do. I'll just say it. But we're gonna wrap up with song of the week because we do got to get on out of here. The Vikings game against the 49ers is about to start here in a minute, and I honestly got to go get ready for that, and then I got to go get ready to go see anime later on. But we do a little staple here, along with our top 5 being a staple. We do the song of the week. The song of the week is basically a recommendation that we give you guys to just listen to if you want to. It's nothing. Sometimes it's new, sometimes it's old, but basically it's just something that you can get out of us to give you a little taste of what we like and what we've been kind of delving into this week. Anybody have a song they want to recommend to start out
I
with?
have one.
All right, what's up?
I got Get Down Low by Snow the Product.
Okay.
She's dope.
Hell
She's
yeah.
a fucking phenomenal female rapper, and she's Mexican too, so she goes back and forth between rapping in English and in Spanish.
Oh, I see. I do
but
like
she's
music like that.
I don't know if
She's-
you've ever heard of her, but she's
Yeah.
so good. I love her so much.
She was on the same show that got Cardi B her contract.
Oh, nice.
She lost to Cardi B because they thought Cardi B was a better person for like publicity.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of her. Maybe
Snow
on
shoulda
your
won
maybe
the
on your
contest.
way out, check out one of her songs. It's either Get Down Low or there's another one that she's got that's really popular too. I think it's called let me
Lose my breath.
Eat a dick. Eat a fucking dick. Oh, I'm fighting everybody. Fighting everyone.
She's got a good discography.
Fighting everyone.
man.
She does. But yeah, it's good shit if you like female rappers and that. So it'd either be that one or Ola's a really good one. But yeah, I'd
Okay.
check her out if you want. Put it on in the car. She's fucking dope.
Hell yeah. Well, there you go.
Shit does be banging.
You got I think that's our first. Is that our first female artist recommendation so far? I think
I
that's the
believe
first
so,
female
yeah.
artist to
Yeah.
make it. Yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
a female rapper.
Hell yeah.
At the same
Let's
time,
go.
too.
Let's go.
Female rapper and bilingual. The
What you
fuck?
got, Scott? You got something you want to throw out there,
I
big homie?
do. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit from the last one that I
I'd say
tried.
mine's
The one-
my shit's all over the place.
the one that they saw last was
well,
the album,
I guess
and
it
it's been a
wasn't
few
all
weeks
over the
since then.
place because my last one was the one episode that we're not gonna see was Johnny Dang by
Yeah.
the Mexican OT.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever.
So my last one was a Suicide Boys song, but
Yeah.
Suicide
I don't want to say
Boys.
this song again.
Once again,
It's a
I
long
made a
title.
statement about Suicide Boys. I'm gonna make it now. I do not fuck with Suicide Boys. I'm gonna be real with
Apparently,
y'all.
it's a white people thing.
It is. It's honestly the only people that I hear listening to it is my white friends. So I mean, like, I don't have none of the homies
I
that I
like
play games with
Suicide
when I
Boys.
join the party.
Shit-
I don't ever hear none of them
Shit
playing it.
be banging.
I mean,
It
that's
does.
cool and all. I'll let y'all have that. But I mean, just like when it came down to the XXX Tentacion
fucking love-
and Juice World and that
Yes.
era of rap, it took those guys, XXX, Ski Mask, and Juice World.
Mm-hmm.
It took those three alone to even get me into that era of
Yeah.
rap music. And so I'm just waiting for somebody in that genre of the Suicide Boys music to kind of pop off, to kind of get me into it, because right now there's just nobody that's doing it for me.
Right.
Like, I get that everybody loves Suicide Boys. I just haven't found anything that they've put out that I've gone, I could put this in a playlist, or I want to hear more of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just waiting for somebody
See,
from that
that
genre
happens
to
to
do
me
so.
almost every time I hear them come up on my my Super Mix playlist.
And maybe it's just that I'm not listening to them enough. I don't know, but the stuff that I have heard so far, it just hasn't spoke to me. That's where I'll. That's where I'll leave that there.
I don't vibe with them on like a personal, like the lyrics vibe with me kind of
Yeah.
thing. Nah, I vibe with them because they make me want to do illegal shit in traffic.
Yeah.
Like they are what comes on. I'm like, oh shit, what's a speed limit?
Yeah.
like I'm vibing right
I
now.
swear
I
to
get
God.
that. I
That's
get
me
that.
with
That-
Taylor Project.
that
I'd be
is my
rapping going
shit.
65 down the fucking road. Like, I don't give a shit. Ah!
No, that's the shit I vibe with. But my my actual song of the week is gonna be Box Chevy 6.
Okay.
From Yellow Wolf.
Okay.
It's off of
I
his,
don't mind Yellow Wolf.
It's an older album. Came out like 7-8 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
It's Trunk Music 3 is the album that it came off
Okay.
of.
Never
But
heard of it.
That
Yellow Wolf's
whole
decent.
album, it's called Trunk Music for a reason. The whole album is shit just got heavy 808s and it be banging with subs.
Yeah.
I unfortunately do not have subs, so now that I own
Me
a truck,
neither.
I do.
it's a little bit more complicated to do
People
that.
hate me
Then
when I roll through
then
the
throw
hood.
Box Chevy 6 on when you leave this motherfucker today.
People hate me
That
when I roll
shit.
through the hood.
Banging. It's just
Man.
crazy. I love Yellow Wolf. His Ghetto Cowboy album was great too, and I haven't listened too much to him since then. But because my music's just been all over the place. But at that time, I was really heavy into rap in general.
Mine
I'll say,
is
Al, what you
completely
got?
different from I think the both of yours, but it is an oldie. It is a
You
goodie.
kicking it old school today.
It is an oldie, but it is a goodie. It's "Creep" by Radiohead.
That's such a good
I
song.
love that song.
So we
And
we be bouncing all over the place. Our music tastes
oh,
are crazy,
dude,
man.
that's I told people this is gonna give you the idea of what we are like, who we are like, what we are as people, what we fuck with, because all of our tastes, we have similarities in our tastes, but
shit's
we're all over the place.
all
Yeah.
over.
We're all over the place. But dude, "Creep" by Radiohead has just been.
It's such a good song.
It's such a good song. It's just been sitting with me all fucking week. I heard it at one point earlier in the week, and it's just been because YouTube just keeps throwing it at me. I'll start a radio from another band like fucking Huey Lewis, or I'll start listening to some of the old WWE music because I've also been vibing with that. And I'll start off with like "Animal I Have Become," and somehow 2 songs later, "Creep" by Radiohead is now playing again. And I'm like, all right, well, this is another 6th time this week that I've heard this song, but I'm not turning it down. So, but that's been the vibe for this week. I think everybody's kind of got some great songs that we throw out there this week. You guys got a lot of good options. And if you guys have any recommendations, definitely leave them down in the comments down below. We would love to hear what you guys are listening to throughout the week. We keep throwing out the idea of doing a community song of the week. So if you guys have any recommendations, definitely throw them out there, and we'll go ahead and do one of those. Pow, pow, and throw them up on the screen right there for you and get it out there into the world for everybody. But I think with that, we can go ahead and call this one
Yep.
an
Remember
episode.
to like and subscribe so we can get us to
Yep.
1,000. Get
Yep.
his mullet.
Yep, get this man his
I'm
mullet.
growing it out. I haven't cut
Send
it.
that shit to everybody.
And you know
Let's
what?
get there, bro.
It would be canon, too, for you to have a mullet while you wear that jersey, because the man who wore that number was Jared Allen, and Jared Allen had a mullet. Jared Allen was the one man in the league that was literally trying to put mullets back on the map, and he started a group called the Mullet Militia.
Big-ass frat boy.
He started the Mullet Militia, which was like the group that the Vikings were like. They had like few players on the team that all were doing mullets because of him, and he had a mullet with like the shave sides and like the line design with like the shape up and everything. It was the cleanest mullet, and everybody fucking
Yeah,
loved it.
yeah.
So it would make sense. Get us to 1,000 subscribers, and he could
Yeah.
just basically be doing a Jared Allen cosplay at this point. It'd be great. I'd love to see that. Help us get there, you guys. We love you. We're so happy that you're able to come through and hang out with us. If you love us, definitely do all that stuff we asked you to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. We will catch you guys on the next episode of Beauty and the Beards. See ya.
Peace out, homies.